This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The Detroit Tigers faced the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park for a Friday night game on April 15th, 1983. Detroit was managed by Sparky Anderson, and they were a team on the rise. The farm system had produced a young crop of talent throughout the center of the diamond, including Lance Parrish, Jack Morris, Lou Whitaker, and Alan Trammell. They had finished over 500 in each of Anderson's 4 seasons and were looking to make a run for the AL East pennant in 1983. Chicago was managed by Tony La Russa, and they were looking to make a push for the AL West pennant after La Russa brought them out of the cellar and turned them into a third-place team in both 1981 and 82. This audio recording is from the Chicago radio broadcast featuring announcers Joe McConnell and Early Wynn. Without giving away any spoilers, this turns out to be an extremely exciting game from one viewer or another. So at the end of this game, we've also added the 9th inning call from the Tigers radio broadcast, featuring announcers Ernie Harwell and Paul Carey.
Here in the top half of the first inning, Joe McConnell along with Early Wynn.
Well, he's chicken if he takes that way out, Joe, and bunts on a cold night.
Fastball strike call, knee-high inside corner. White challenging the hitters much more this year. He used to try to pick and finesse his way down and away a lot. Keep that ball away even from the left-handed hitters, but now he's coming in with it this year. There's a swing and a little wrist foul looped out of play on the third base side behind the White Sox dugout. The board has 2 balls and a strike. I could have swore that Joe Brinkman, the home plate umpire, shot that right arm up just a little bit late after that second pitch, but apparently not.
I think you're right, Joe. I think he did. And you're right also with Hoyt challenging Johnson there because he really popped a good fast one right in on his handle.
Ward's got 2 and 1. We'll just have to wait him out here. Hoyt rocks into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on a little squibber past the mound, rolling on the grass. Rebound up to Bernazard over to first. He got him out. Bernazard charged in and to make a quick pickup. He used the glove and then threw a quick sidearm underhand flip to Walker at first to get Johnson by a stride.
Bernazard made the only play he could. I don't think he could have held on that ball and got a good hold on it if he tried to catch it with his hand. As slippery as everything is tonight, and as cold as it is, he just might have lost it. He just barely had time to go from glove to hand, too.
Larry Herndon, big, tall, lanky, right-handed hitting left fielder, hitting .324, off to a good start. He had a good year last year for the Tigers, coming over from the San Francisco Giants. He has 12 hits and 37 at-bats, 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. He's 1 for 8 with an RBI against the White Sox. Hoyt starts him off with a slow curve that hangs inside, just below the knee, ball 1. Outfield fairly deep and just a bit around to the left, favoring Herndon's power. Crosswind here tonight, blowing out of the west at 14. It'll help the balls to right. There's a swing and a foul. Peeled back up on the net behind home plate, and it jumps up off the net into the seats below us here. The open deck, the gold seats here at Comiskey Park, and the count is even at 1-1 now to Herndon. He was 0 for 4 against Hoyt in Detroit. Temperature, 45 degrees game time on the lakefront. We're about 5 minutes away here. 40 degrees at O'Hare, and it's supposed to get down into the 20s tonight. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. 1-2 the count to Herndon with 2 out, nobody on. We're in the top half of the first inning. Hoyt, a chunky right-hander at 6'1", about 222. With that full beard. Bushy hair sticking out at each side of the baseball cap. The big leg kick and the delivery. Check swing, didn't mean to hit it. Rolls it foul down the first base side. Consolo is still the first base coach for Sparky Anderson's Tigers. Billy Consolo and longtime third base coach Alex Grammas still over there. Grammas himself a former major league manager. So Larry Gurra got his 3rd win this afternoon on opening day, spoiling the Brew Crews. First game at County Stadium, and Quisenberry picked up his 3rd save. So the veteran left-hander off to a fine start. 1-2 the count to Herndon. Straight up and down stance. Slightly spread. Strike 3 called at the knees. Good hard slider thrown by the right-hander Hoyt. A 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers in their half of the first inning here at Comiskey Park. 1/2 inning in the books. Detroit nothing. The White Sox coming to bat.
This one's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. For all you do, you know the king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this much for you.
Hi, Pat Summerall to say True Value Hardware Stores can help you get a head start on your summer do-it-yourself projects. Their spring and summer catalog has great values on everything you'll need for repairs and remodeling jobs. You'll get high torque power with the Power Grip 3-in-1 screwdriver, just $6.49. And you can enhance wood fencing, paneling, and cabinets with select latex redwood stain. It's only $3.98 a gallon in the spring and summer catalog and at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers, and say that Pat Summerall sent you.
Play trivia with Jim Tyler each afternoon here on 67 WMAQ Chicago, America's most listened to country music station. 42 degrees.
Defensively, the Detroit Tigers will have Herndon in left, Lemon in center, Wilson in right. Howard Johnson, the glove man, at third. Trammell at short, Whitaker at second. Rick Leach at first, and Big Lance Parrish, the catcher for right-hander Milt Wilcox, 32 years of age. He's got a birthday coming up next week on the 20th of April. Now in his 11th big league season. Came up with the Cincinnati Reds in 1970, spent 3 years at Cleveland. Partial year with the Cubs in 75. He was sent down to Wichita. And since joining the Tigers, he's been the most consistent right-handed starting pitcher in baseball. Over the last 5 years, he has won between 12 and 13 ball games and has lost between 9 and 12. He was 13 and 12, then 12 and 10, 13 11, 12 and 9 and 81. Even though that was a strike-interrupted season, and last year he was 12 and 10. He's a high ball pitcher and has a good forkball too. He's a slider pitcher most of the way, and occasionally will hop up on a fastball. He is 6 and 7 against the White Sox with a loss earlier this year, and he's won 90 big league ball games. He can be cute at times. He'll face Rudy Law, Tony Bernazard, and Harold Baines, a trio of left-handed swingers. Rudy hitting .222 with 4 hits and 18 at-bats, one of them a double. 2 for 4 against Wilcox in Detroit for Rudy, and he had that 2-base hit against Wilcox. They play him around to the left in the outfield, expecting him to hit late. Got that stiff-legged open stance. Wilcox rocks into that double pump windup. Here's the pitch, and the breaking ball is high. Ball 1. Sox trying to make it 3 straight over Detroit. They're 3-1 against the East with all 3 losses, 3 of the 4 losses against the Texas Rangers in that opening sweep down in Texas. Rudy goes after that pitch a bit late and slices it foul upstairs right below us here. Over the top of the net, the count is a ball and a strike. Kirk Gibson, the big fleet-footed right fielder, Gus, who was injured a bit in that recent series at Detroit with the White Sox, underwent arthroscopic knee surgery on Monday, could be available to play, they say, possibly this weekend. They took a tiny piece of cartilage out of his knee. He's going to be all right. Pitch is a bit close at the knee. Ball 2 and strike 1 to count to Rudy Law, leading it off in the bottom of the first for the White Sox.
Well, I don't see how he could run as fast as he does with something in his knee or something wrong with it. You know, Wilcox is one of the guys, very few guys, that gets away with pitching high consistently.
There's a one-hop liner, belt high to Trammell. He's got it over to first, and Rudy's out by a step, flying down that line. He was nothing more than a blur, running down from home plate to first base.
In fact, all the people in the know about baseball say that you can't win consistently by pitching high. It is tough to do, all right, no doubt about it.
Wilcox losing to the White Sox. Worked 6 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned in Detroit. Dennis Lamp was the winner that day. Here's switch hitting second sacker. Tony Bernazard has hit safely in 6 straight. He's been counted only in the opener. He's hitting .323 with 10 hits and 31 at-bats. A double, a triple, a homer, and 5 runs batted in. He takes strike at the knees, 0-1. Bernazard is a left-handed hitter, hitting only .235. He's much better average-wise as a right-handed hitter so far this year. In fact, his home run was hit here as a right-handed swinger on opening day last Tuesday. Wilcox pumps and deals. Swung on, smashed up the middle. High bounce over the bag, taken by Trammell. Over the first, they got him out. That ball hit the pitching rubber, went right by Wilcox, and then came up miraculously almost for Trammell, who never would have made the play had the ball hugged the ground.
No, I thought for a moment it had hit Wilcox, but when I saw he didn't flinch, I knew it didn't hit him.
Well, that ball looked like it was ticketed for center field. Instead,
slowed it down and everything, just right for Trammell.
Trammell made the play behind the bag, and Bernazard was out by 2 steps. Here's right fielder Harold Baines. He's hit safely in 6 out of 7. .292 average for Baines, 7 hits, 24 at-bats, still looking for that first home run. He and Glenn Wilson of the Tigers are tied for the early lead in triples with 2 apiece. He peels a foul upstairs. Behind home plate on a play, going after a letter high pitch, and the count is 0-1. Baines with 6 RBIs. 2 for 3, including one of his 2 triples and 3 runs batted in against Wilcox last Sunday in Detroit. The pitch on the way to Baines. He swings and pops a foul again, third base side. It's going to drift back into the third row, the upper deck below the luxury boxes on the third base side, and the count is 0-2.
One of the things that may have changed those people's thought, or those who are in the know about pitching high and winning, is the slider and a sneaky fastball. If you got those two, you can get away with it.
Wilcox 0-2, fastball high. 1-2 the count to Baines with 2 out, nobody on. Luzinski on deck. Took a tour of one of these luxury boxes out here, and they're all sold out but 2, and they expect that they might be sold for the weekend. Well, they've got those big heat lamps out there for those outside seats, and they really are nice. There's a chopper to the right side, gloved wide of the bag by Leach. Underhand flip to Wilcox, reaches back for it and makes the play at first. A 3-1 put out on Baines, and a 1-2-3 inning for Milt Wilcox against the White Sox in the first. After 1 completed at Comiskey Park, no score, the Sox and the Tigers.
After the game, it's Jimmy Pearsall on WMAQ.
Dip, dip, dip.
Jays.
Ooh.
Jays.
Dip, dip.
Can't stop eating those Jays.
Tip it.
Jays.
Oh, yeah.
Jays.
Dip, dip.
Can't stop eating those Jays.
People love eating Jay's delicious thick-cut and thin-cut dip-et potato chips so much, it's practically impossible to get them to stop.
I stopped eating Jay's thick-cut dip-ets.
You did?
I started eating Jay's thin-cut dip-ets.
Dip those thick Jay's dip-ets.
Try that thin chips in a dip.
Both dip-ets are tailor-made for dipping. Thick-cut dip-ets with their crunchy wide rows and thin-cut dip-ets with their crispy thin rows.
Confucius say, man who claim to eat just one Jay's dip-et have rest of bag hidden in his Bermudas.
Thin, thin.
Confucius also say, man with J's and Bermudas gonna sit down to one big crunch.
Try Jay's thick-cut and Jay's thin-cut dip-ets soon. Don't go for a dip without them.
Can't stop eating those Jays.
No matter what the score is, the biggest hit of every Sox game is Dubuque White Sox Plumpers. Because Dubuque White Sox Plumpers are bigger than ordinary hot dogs. Bigger on a bun, bigger on taste. Filled with so much mild, meaty flavor, your satisfaction's guaranteed. But the best part is, you don't have to go to the game to get that great Dubuque taste. Just pick up a package of Plumpers at your supermarket. You'll find Plumpers are a hit wherever you enjoy them. Dubuque White Sox Plumpers, the official hot dog of the Chicago White Sox.
67 WMAQ, Chicago, winner of the 1983 United Press International Station of the Year Award for News. Right now at 7:50 on your radio station.
Parrish, who set a record for American League catchers of the year with 32 home runs last season, will step in to lead off the Tigers' second. He's hitting just 148 this time around. 4 hits, one of them a double, and 27 at-bats, 4 RBIs. He was 0 for 2 against Hoyt. He's 1 for 5 with a ribby against the White Sox. Check swing on a slider, low and away, ball 1. Hoyt took something off of that pitch. Outfield deep and around to the left zone's the infield. Back on the rim of the grass for Parrish. He'll be followed by Johnny Grubb, the DH tonight, and Gibson instead, and then Glenn Wilson. Big sweeping curve over but low. Ball 2, the count to Parrish. Leading off the second. No score. Neither team has had a base runner yet. Hoyt has now struck out 9 men in 17 1/3 innings. He leads the Sox staff in innings pitched. This is his 3rd start. There's a deep drive, right center field in a gap. It's hooking a little bit towards Baines. He's way out there on the warning track, and he plays it off bullpen number 2 out on the right center field wall. The throw comes back in, and Parrish is into second base, standing with a long opposite field double. Boy, he crunched that pitch.
That's why Hoyt was throwing in breaking stuff, trying to keep it away from him, keep him off stride, taking something off of it. How would you kids like to have an official replica of the ring the All-Star will get this year for playing in the 1983 All-Star game at Comiskey Park? Well, you can get one courtesy of True Value Hardware Stores by attending the Sox game with the Tigers Sunday, April the 17th. It's All-Star Ring Day with a free All-Star ring to the first 15,000 kids 14 and under, accompanied by an adult. Stop at Comiskey Park or call Ticketmaster for the best seats, 559-1212.
Johnny Grubb, left-handed hitter, an outfielder by trade in the lineup as a DH, came over just before the start of the year for right-handed reliever Dave Topic, who was sent to the Texas Rangers. Grubb hitting .429, 3 hits and 7 at-bats, and he waves and misses. And a good sinker down just below the knees, and the count is 0-1. Grubb has 3 RBIs and a double among his 3 hits. And he knocked in a game winner up at Minnesota in the first 2 games of the year. Outfield straight away and medium deep. Parrish at second, nobody out. We're in the top half of the second inning. Hoyt working out of the stretch for the first time. The big leg kick, and he deals. Low and inside, a ball and a strike to Grubb. The number 5 hitter in Sparky Anderson's Tiger lineup tonight. More like football weather here in Chicago. Temperature expected to drop into the 20s tonight. And it's probably under 40 degrees here now at the start of tonight's ball game. Hoyt delivers to Grubb. Swing, and a foul tip into the dirt. Fisk couldn't hang on. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Joe, it must be tough on a catcher to be catching a guy like Hoyt tonight. Good fastball, and Fisk back there with nothing but a little sponge between his hand and the leather. That ball pounding in there. Really rough on a sickle ball pitcher.
There'll be a lot of bees at the bat handle as well. Here's the pitch. Bouncer to the right side, hit sharply, backhanded by Walker. Nice play. Wheels, throws to Hoyt, who staggers, but caught the ball down around knee high and continued across the bag at first for a rather tricky 3-1 putout. Parrish moved to third.
Yeah, it's very tricky, and that was Walker's fault. It was a little bit because he threw the ball overhanded, and instead of running in just a little bit, he threw the ball just about knee high, maybe a little bit below to Hoyt. Best thing a first baseman can do is run in a little bit, toss the ball underhand, and get it up about shoulder high, let her high.
Well, he was backpedaling away from the bag at an angle to flag that one down. He's a right-handed fielding first baseman, although he bats left-handed from the plate.
He had time, though, to turn around and toss that ball underhand.
Here's Glenn Wilson, right-handed hitting right fielder. And a swing and a miss. A little bit late and a pitch down around the knees, 0-1. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a triple when he faced Hoyt in Detroit. He's hitting .320 with 8 hits and 25 at-bats. He has a double, 2 triples, tying him for the league lead with Harold Baines. He has also homered this year, and he's knocked in 7 runs already. Slight crouch straightaway stance. He takes a pitch down low, just a bit close at the knees for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Parrish at third, 1 out. We're in the Tigers' second. No score here early in Chicago. Tigers beat the Yankees 2 out of 3. They lost last night. Well, the White Sox now have won 3 out of 4 after dropping their first 3 in Texas. 2 against this ball club. Fastball low, ball 2. Chet Levin, former Sox outfielder, on deck. He's the number 7 hitter for the Tigers tonight. Our congratulations to the Chicago Blackhawks, who outskated the Minnesota North Stars 7-4 before 17-5 at the stadium this afternoon. They've taken a 2-game lead in their best-of-7 second-round Stanley Cup playoff series. Fly ball to right field. That ought to score the run. Near the line, and it falls. Oh, foul by less than a foot. Boy, Gus, I thought that ball was in there for sure, but it just drifted across the foul line and dropped out of Baines' reach in foul territory, and so Parrish will have to go back to third.
I was sitting in the same seat with you because I certainly thought it was fair, and it didn't go foul, but just a couple of feet.
You know, we're going to have to readjust a little bit this year with the home plate and the entire infield moved out further away by 8 feet. We have a little bit different angle to judge down the foul lines here. A year ago, the ball that looked like that would have been fair, but this one dropped foul by maybe 10 inches or so, and so Hoyt got a break.
Yes,
they're all so closer this year.
That was Worry City right there. Looked like a blooper nobody could get to.
Wilson cracked his bat on the previous swing, so he comes back to the plate now with a pine tar rag and a new handle. 1 on, 1 out. Parrish over at third for the Tigers here in the top of the second inning. Tomorrow afternoon, Floyd Bannister will get another start after being shelled from the mound in his outing here on Tuesday. Bannister will pitch against the ace of the Tigers staff, right-hander Danny Petrie, who's 2-0 already. There's a swing, deep drive, right center field in the gap. That's going to score the run, even if it's caught. Long way out there, up off the wall on 1 bounce. Wilson around second, going for 3. Here's a relay to Bernazard to the third base bag. He is in there with a slide. He is safe. Just a bit to the outfield side was Bernazard's relay. Otherwise, they might have had Wilson on a close play, but he tripled in the gap to right center, his third 3-bagger of the year, and he takes over the American League lead, and that's his 8th run batted in, and the Tigers lead it 1-0.
That was the same one that Parrish hit, same spot. The only thing was it was about 20 foot shorter. It hit at warning track there, just at the base of the wall, about 10 or feet so, but Parrish has hit up on top of it, almost on top. Darn near a home run for Parrish, but that one was well hit, no doubt about it.
Now, a runner at third with 1 out and a run in. Here's Chet Lemon, 2 for 4, including a 9th inning homer in Detroit against Hoyt. He's hitting .323 with 10 hits and 31 at-bats, 1 homer, 1 RBI. First pitch, he whacks a foul upstairs behind home plate on the first base side of the screen as Hoyt came inside hand high with a good fastball. Well, tonight's a perfect night to challenge those hitters by throwing the ball in on the fists.
Yeah, there'll be some of them back away from that. They don't want to feel those bees. Got to get it inside, though. You can't get it out over the plate.
Jet crowds that plate with a slightly open stance. Swing and a foul chop into the dirt, right by Lemon's feet. The count is 0-2. Outfield straight away and fairly deep. 1-0. Tigers lead here in the top of the second inning on a couple of extra base hits. A leadoff double by Parrish and a one-out triple by Glenn Wilson, scoring them both almost to the identical part of the ballpark in the deep gap in right center. Infield is pulled in, hoping to cut down Wilson at third if he tries to score. There's a little looper to right field. That's going to score Wilson. A base hit for Chet Lemon. Fielded out there by Harold Baines, and the Tigers lead it 2-0 on Lemon's second RBI of the year as he just inside out of that pitch and flared it into right field over the pulled-in infield.
Well, here we go again.
Hoyt's first two outings, he pitched well enough to win both of them. But he's being cuffed around a bit here in the second inning of this ball game tonight. 2-0 Tigers. Here's Rick Leach, former football quarterback at Michigan, a native of Ann Arbor. Left-handed hitting first baseman at .286 average on the year. 2 hits and 7 at-bats, 2 RBIs. Straightaway stance, slightly closed. Hoyt goes over to first base to keep Chet close to the bag. Leach did not play against the White Sox the day Hoyt pitched in Detroit. Hoyt to the belt, look at first, and he steps off the rubber. He and Chet are playing games over there. Still only one out here in the top of the second. Hoyt had a 1-2-3 inning in the first, but has run into a bit of trouble here in the second as the Tigers have nicked him twice. 2 runs on 3 hits, still only 1 out. Outfield straightaway for Leach and medium deep. Ground ball beat into the dirt, foul. Glove by Greg Walker over near first base coach's box, and the count is 0-1 now to Rick Leach. He's the number 8 hitter. Alan Trammell, the shortstop, is on deck.
Well, it appears to have good stuff tonight, Joe, but a lot of times a guy will have good stuff. He'll know he's got good stuff, and he depends on it, challenge the hitter a little bit too much with just everything, not worrying about location too much, and it gets him in trouble.
Leach steps back in there. The Red Sox beat the Rangers at Fenway 4-1. So Texas now drops to 6-3. And at the moment, Oakland tied with them for the Western Division lead. Both clubs at 6-3. There's a line drive left field. Base hit for Ricky Leach. Kittle comes into shallow left, picks up the ball, and rounding second and hanging on there is Chet Lemon. That's the 4th Tiger hit of the inning. That was a solid line drive to the opposite field. Right now, let's pause to remind all of our stations you're listening to the Chicago White Sox Radio Network.
This is your radio station, 67 WMAQ Chicago, coming up right after tonight's game time, providing the instant request hour after Jimmy Pearsall.
Well, Fisk goes out to have a word with Hoyt. Runners at first and second, still only 1 out. 4 hits in the inning off Hoyt. Tigers came in hitting .308 a man. But a lot of that was built up with their great start at Minnesota. Here's Alan Trammell hitting .345 with 10 hits and 29 at-bats. He has 3 doubles, 6 runs batted in. 0 for 3 previously against Hoyt, and 2 for 6, an RBI and a run batted in against the Tigers this year. Right-handed hitter. They play him medium in the outfield. Here's the pitch, and he jumps away from the pitch that comes inside belt high. Ball 1. Alan Trammell from Garden Grove, California, makes his home now in San Diego. Has had a couple of back-to-back years. Not too well at the plate. He's hit .258 in each of the last 2 years after hitting .300 in 1980. The pitch to Trammell. There's a wide sweeping curve, and it's in there. Knee high on the outside corner for a call strike. Joe Brickman shot the right arm of the air, and the count is even at 1-1. Dubzinski at short tonight, getting his first start for the White Sox. Hoyt looking in to get the sign. Trammell at the plate, bat cocked over his right shoulder. Double steal, swing and a miss, throw to third, plenty of time, hit first time, and Chet Lemon is out. Trammell swung late trying to protect the runners as Sparky pulled the double steal, but even a hit first time at third couldn't save Chet Lemon on Fisk, peg right on the bag to Vance Law.
Well, Sparky's trying everything, isn't he? That ball was inside to Trammell, and he just couldn't handle it.
That's the second out. Now Leach is at second. Trammell still at the plate with 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Tigers are now 6 out of 11 on the base paths. Chet 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Trammell. Swing and a miss. He tried to check his swing, couldn't do so. He missed the breaking ball low and away. 2 strikeouts in the game for Hoyt. It could have been worse, but the Tigers did score 2 on a total of 4 hits and 1 left. After an inning and a half in Chicago, it's Detroit 2, the Sox nothing.
I recently saw where a Honda Civic ran the Indy 581. Must be a mistake. So I called Honda. No, it was official, they said. The U.S. Auto Club drove 3 1983 Honda Civic 1300 FE hatchbacks around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway until they ran out of gas. They ran 578 and 581 and 604 miles. The EPA went even farther, I was told. They made the Civic FE the best gasoline mileage car in America. EPA estimated 46 miles per gallon and 59 highway. Use 46 for comparison only. And you can expect actual highway mileage to be less. But it was no mistake. The Honda Civic ran the Indy 581. The Indy 581, kind of grows on you.
We make it simple.
Now to present the Star Power High Octane Awards, Bob Hope.
Hi, tonight's awards are for the highest octanes you can get. Envelope, please. And the winners are Texaco Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane, New Super Regular with ethanol at 91, and Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92. Texaco Star Power helps knock out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Star Power for car power.
WMAQ Chicago weather forecast. Sunny skies tomorrow, a high of 45. Tonight's low 25. Right now it's 43 at WMAQ.
Big boys are up for the White Sox here in their half of the second. Luzinski, Kittle, and Walker to face Milt Wilcox, who has a 2-0 lead. Greg hitting .261 with 4 RBIs. First pitch to the chunky right-handed hitter, a strike at the knees. Good slider from Wilcox. Luzinski has a couple of doubles this year, 6 hits and 23 at-bats, and he is tied for the league lead with Mike Ivey of the Tigers and game-winning RBIs with 2. Swings and squibs one foul down the first base side. They're going to let it roll. It stays foul about 30 feet from home plate. Parrish was ready to pounce on it, and it rolled back. Little backup English there and caught any part of the shot stripe. Luzinski 2 for 7, including a game-winning RBI in Detroit against the Tigers. That came against Jack Morris, who was beaten last night at Yankee Stadium. 1 for 3, though, Luzinski was against Wilcox, the man he's facing here tonight. There's that double quick pump, pitch, a curve, high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wilcox has got that short arm delivery, but he's got a kind of a double pump down around belt high as he brings the ball in his arms up into throwing position. Outfield around to the left, so's the infield. Big gap up the middle. Pitch to Luzinski. Swung on, broken bat, little pop fly, first base side, drops in the coach's box as Leach can't get there in time. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luzinski, the leadoff batter here in the home half of the second.
It is a little bit different trying to judge the fly balls, ball that goes into the air, anywhere, infield or outfield. I thought that one might have a chance to be fair and be caught.
Wilcox goes to his mouth on the grass portion of the infield behind the cutout circle around the pitcher's mound. Apparently they haven't gotten permission, although I'm sure they're able to blow into their hand on the mound tonight with the chilly temperatures. Luzinski waiting. Wilcox into the windup. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Low and away. Gets away from Parrish. Ball into the dirt. Couldn't handle it. Ball 2, strike 2.
Wilcox might have been trying to get a little something on beside the warm air.
Well, after Toronto got 2 in the first in New York, the Yankees came back with 4 in the second, and they lead it 4-2 down to third at Yankee Stadium. Billy Martin's club in the basement right now with a 3-5 start. Here's the pitch to Luzinski. Swung on and popped up right over the plate. Parrish tosses the mask away, running down the line, gloves it in foul territory, just about 20 feet away, down the first base side. 1 gone.
Yeah, Billy's back in pinstripes. He brings his Yankees to town Tuesday and Wednesday, April the 19th and 20th. Tuesday is True Value Baseball Card Night. Baseball cards with 2 Sox players for every Sox fan. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster Centers and Sports Mart, Rose Record, Baskin Clothing, and Carson Perry Scott Stores. Stop in or call to charge 559-1212.
Here's the man of the hour, or the week at least, Ron Kittle, who in the last 3 games has hovered 3 times and knocked in a league high of 12 RBIs. He check swings, and it's inside corner, belt high for a call strike. Kittle started his onslaught last Sunday against the Tigers, and Jack Morris when he hit a 3-run homer into the upper deck in left. He swings and misses. 0-2. Kittle was hitless in 3 at-bats in the first game of that series against Wilcox. He's hitting .308. Tied for the league lead in home runs with 3 and leads the league. In fact, he leads all of baseball with 12 RBIs, all in 3 games. He had 6 here yesterday. Swing and a miss. Boy, he's gone on 3 pitches. Wilcox threw him a sharp breaking slider, belt high and away. 2 gone.
Wilcox gets his first strikeout.
He didn't mess with Kittle at all. Here's another rookie, left-handed hitting Greg Walker, who's been a teammate of Kittle's the last couple of years in the minors. In fact, they've been roommates. Walker 1 for 9, a triple down in Texas with 2 RBIs, a 111 average. Should have shaken off the effects of that disastrous opening night by now. That pitch is inside a fastball just below the letters, ball 1. Walker with great power, good swing. He's a left-handed hitter. They play him straight away and deep. Rocking back and forth, waiting for Wilcox's delivery. Little squibber off the handle. Grabbed on the third base side by Johnson. Sidearm flip across the diamond, and Walker is gone. Little roller to the third baseman, Howard Johnson. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Wilcox, through 2 innings of play, has put down 6 straight Chicago White Sox hitters. After 2, Tigers 2, Sox nothing.
After the game, it's Jimmy Pearsall on WMAQ.
Hey, Fred, how you doing?
Hey, real good, Stan.
Hey, what's this? You're not renting the Thompson's cottage this year.
No way. This place is mine.
You bought? Fantastic. How did you swing it?
I got a home equity loan from General Finance.
Yeah? How's that work?
Well, my house in the city has really increased in value. General Finance loaned me money on that increased value, and I didn't have to touch my original mortgage. Fact is, a General Finance home equity loan can be for as much as $25,000. That's why I own this cottage, and other folks rent it from me.
Speaking of renting, Fred, you think I could rent your new spread for a couple of weeks later this year?
Sorry, Stan. It's all booked up.
Oh.
You too may be able to take advantage of the increased value of your home with a General Finance home equity loan, possibly for as much as $25,000 without affecting your present mortgage. And you can use a General Finance home equity loan as you see fit.
Call General Finance for a large home equity loan up to $50,000 or for a smaller consumer loan. See the white pages for the office nearest you.
Presenting Tips for Millionaires Part 2 from the Illinois State Lottery. Build a swimming pool away from the tennis courts.
Nice serve, Erwin.
Make sure you have room for all your money.
Erwin, what are we going to do? The safe behind Uncle Frank's portrait is filled to the gills with cash.
Don't fret, Pumpkin. There's always the one behind Aunt Clara's granddad.
Keep playing Millionaire Instant Lottery and you could still win $1 million or up to $100,000 instantly, which means these tips could still come in very handy.
Register for radio's original dating game, The Afternoon Affair with Terry Stevens, Monday morning at 10 on WMAQ.
Top of the order for the Tigers here to third. Little Lou Whitaker, who fouled out to Kittle and left, takes a curve in there. Belt high inside corner for a call strike. Again, shortened up on the handle as if to bunt, and Vance Law came hurrying in from third. They play him way around to the left, expecting him to hit late. White delivers. Check swing, didn't mean to hit it. Taps it foul off to the third base side. 0-2. You know, if your church, club, civic organization, or youth groups just likes baseball, then White Sox group rates are just the ticket. Save money and ensure the best locations for Sox Fest 83 by calling 924-1000 right now. And ask for a free group brochure. Don't forget, Monday nights are family bargain nights. All tickets half price for every Monday night game. High fly ball left center field. Rudy Law coming in and over, and he flags it down for the first down. Whitaker is gone. One out here in the Tiger third. They bunched all 4 of their hits, scored their 2 runs in the second against Hoyt. Here's Howard Johnson, who tapped out on a little roller to Bernazard at first, the first time up. Bernazard made a nice play on it to get him. 2-0 Detroit. We're in the third. Rocking into the windup is Hoyt. The pitch to Johnson, a sinker a bit low, ball 1. The Cardinals, the Pirates, and the Expos atop the standings in the National League East. The Cubs in the basement at 1-7. Atlanta with a 7-1 start, leading the West. Dodgers are a game out at 6-2, followed by the Reds at 5-3. Houston still winless in 9 trips in the National League West. Those are a quick look at the National League standings. Bouncer to the right side, a 1-hopper taken wide of the bag by Walker. He'll make the play unassisted, and Howard Johnson's gone. And there's 2 out here in the top of the third. Hoyt's had no problems with the first 3 hitters, Gus. It's been the bottom 2/3 of the order that's given him problems.
Yeah, but Joe, you notice that there's no weak spot in this Tiger lineup. Every once in a while in the lineup, you expect to find a 220 or a 240 hitter, but so far the Tigers don't have one of those.
Larry Herndon struck out swinging to end the first inning, his first time up. Hoyt starts him off with a big wide sweeping curve, and it's in there, knee high for a call strike. That pitch looked like it was on rails. It was not a sharp breaker, kind of a slow sidewinder bend. Outfield straightaway and deep for Herndon. He's got that upright straightaway stance. This time Hoyt turns it over and runs a fastball down and in for a ball, and the count is even at 1-1. Larry Herndon, a good year last year. Knocked in over 90 runs for the Tigers, hit 23 homers. Check swing, the pitch is low. The Fisk asks for an appeal, and Nick Bremigan at first base denies it. 2 balls and a strike. Herndon and Enos Cabell both came over by way of San Francisco in the Schatzeder deal. 2-1 pitch. Curve on a beauty in there at the knees for a call strike. 2-2.
LaMarr may have to go to that pitch a little bit more often. He looks like he's got a good fastball. I don't know whether he's getting the right location on it or not.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Herndon. With 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the third. Tigers by a pair. Hoyt with a high leg kick in the delivery. A curve, a swing and a miss. He struck him out again on a breaking ball. Hoyt has notched 3 strikeouts in 3 innings. He's gotten Herndon twice. No runs, no hits, nobody left midway through the third. Tigers 2, Sox nothing.
This buzz for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you, for all you do. You know the king of fears is coming through. For all you do. And this buzz for you. Here's to you, for all you do. You know the king of fears is coming through. For all you do, for all you do. This buzz for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
For an old-fashioned way towards fitness or just some pedaling fun, invest in a quality Murray bicycle from True Value hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to say you'll get plenty of exercise during the warm weather months on a new Murray 10 or 12-speed racer. Or enjoy a relaxing ride on a comfortable touring bike. For the younger riders, see the selection of BMX models, plus boys and girls high-risers and sidewalk bikes at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers where you'll find values in every department.
You can talk to White Sox owner Eddie Einhorn Sunday morning at 10 right here on WMAQ.
For the best in baseball coverage, have Sports Vision installed in your home today. Sports Vision brings you exclusive coverage of 112 White Sox games, plus additional games involving top teams in the American League. Get the best seat in the house for MISL playoffs, the Hawks quest for the Stanley Cup, and a whole lot more. To order Sports Vision, dial 693-9200 or call your local cable company.
Fisk, Vance Law, and Jerry Dubzinski to face Wilcox, who has mowed down 6 straight hitters here tonight. So we enter the bottom of the third. Joe McConnell along with Early Lynn. Roger with us. There's a swing and a high soft pop up into left field. Coming on is Herndon, and he makes the catch in shallow left as Fisk went after the first pitch. He tripled and had 2 for 3 against Wilcox in Detroit, hitting .222 with 2 RBIs coming in. So there's 1 gone, and that's 7 in a row retired by Milt Wilcox, a native of Honolulu. Here's Vance Law hitting .208, 5 hits and 24 at-bats, 2 RBIs. 0 for 2 with a run batted in against Wilcox. Vance 1 for 7 with that RBI against Detroit. They play him straight away in the infield and the outfield. Although shaded just a bit, maybe a step or 2 in the hole and deep at short is Trammell. Here's the pitch to Vance Law. Fastball just a bit close, about letter high. Ball 1. Cubs and the Pirates snowed out at Pittsburgh tonight. Baltimore postponed with Cleveland and Baltimore. They'll play 2 in Baltimore tomorrow. Jim Palmer will make his first start tomorrow. There's a sharp 1 hopper to Johnson at third. Easy play, and there's 2 gone.
Got a kick out of the notes tonight, the Tigers notes. They said that Wilcox was the only native-born Hawaiian on the Tigers ball club wearing number 39.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, wasn't it?
Jerry Dubzinski is going to get his first at bat in the regular season. He's been in 5 ball games, either as a pitch runner or as a late defensive replacement for Scott Fletcher at short. In 80 ball games with Cleveland last year, he hit .231 with no homers, 22 runs batted in. He doesn't have any power. He has only 1 major league home run. He also had a few games early in the year, 30 of them precise, with the Charleston Charlies. He looks at a pitch into the dirt, ball 1. Jerry Dubzinski, the diver, with those wicket-like legs, or maybe it'd be more correct to say ricket-like legs. He has got the best set of bowed legs in the big leagues. He swings and loops a foul into the lower seats behind the Tiger first base dugout. He's going to try to go to right tonight. He's going to be a bit rusty up there, and the count is 1-1.
He cracked his bat on that one, Joe. Got it on the handle a little, I guess. Wilcox crowded him a little bit.
That might be one he tapes up and uses for BP. By the way, speaking of BP, Britt Burns was sent down to Florida Tuesday after being introduced here on opening day. Through batting practice yesterday. He's going to throw BP 4 times. He's going to pitch in 4 instructional games, work to get his strength back up, and Tony is hoping to use him possibly in New York. He's due to come off the disabled list as early as Monday, but he won't be ready by then. Although there's nothing physically wrong with him, he's just got to rebuild that strength. Pitch is up and in, ball 2 down to Dubzinski. The Yankees follow Detroit in here after this 3-game weekend series. Yankees will be here Tuesday night and Wednesday night to wrap up the 7-day stand. A 2-gamer. There's a spinner right back to the mound on 1 hop. Wilcox fields it, falling down, gets back up and throws him out. 9 in a row retired by the Tiger right-hander. Again in the 3rd, nothing doing for the White Sox, and after 3, the Tigers lead it 2-0.
Talk baseball with Pearsall after the game on WMAQ.
The pitch, swung on, deep right left field, way back, that ball is going to be out of here. Upper deck, home run, Collins and Fisk, and a $670 payoff to Jack Texan.
Last year, WMAQ gave away almost $30,000 to excited baseball fans during the famous Big Payoff innings, the biggest payoffs in Major League Baseball. This season, WMAQ's Big Payoff inning is even bigger. If your White Sox batter hits a single, it's worth $67. A double, $167. A triple, $267. A White Sox homer puts a big 25-inch Zenith console color TV in your home, and a Grand Slam home run is worth a fabulous 45-inch Zenith space screen remote control projection TV. To enter, send your name, address, and phone number to WMAQ Big Payoff Inning, Post Office Box 3465, Chicago 60654. The Big Payoff Inning starts April 24th, so get your entry in today to your White Sox flagship station, 67 WMAQ. Ever notice how good the hot dogs taste at Comiskey Park? That's because they're Dubuque White Sox plumpers. They're bigger than ordinary hot dogs. Bigger on a bun, bigger on mild, meaty flavor. But you don't have to go out to the game to get that great hot dog taste. All you have to do is pick up a package of regular beef or cheese plumpers at your supermarket. You'll find plumpers taste great wherever you are. Dubuque White Sox plumpers, the official hot dog of the Chicago White Sox.
An all-instant request music hour follows tonight's game, and Jimmy Pearsall right here on WMAQ.
Well, the same 3 guys that got Hoyt in trouble in the 2nd inning will start things off for the Tigers here in the 4th. Lance Parrish doubled to right center and scored the first of the 2 Tiger runs in the 2nd, his first time up against Hoyt. Parrish now 2 for 6 on the year against the White Sox. Hoyt delivers to the big right-handed hitting catcher. That breaking ball is wide. Ball 1. Well, Mr. Steve and Alexander, the 2 starting pitchers in the Yankee-Toronto game in New York, having problems. Now 5-4 Toronto in the 4th. There's a line drive whacked into left field past the glove of Jerry Dubzinski. Parrish pulled that one sharply. A sinking liner between short and third and the left, and he's 2 for 2. Hit number 5 off Hoyt. That'll bring up Johnny Grubb, who bounced out. Walker to Hoyt covering at first, but on the play, Parrish was able to move to third, where eventually he scored when Wilson tripled him in.
Give you an idea how hard Parrish is to pitch to the first time up. Right center, about 410 feet. Now he drills one into left field.
Well, he had only 4 hits and 27 at-bats till tonight, so he was due to break out of it, and he's 2 for 2 in this one. Outfield straight away and deep for Grubb. Tall, lanky left-handed hitter. Feet fairly close together, deep in the box, slightly closed stance. Hoyt takes his foot off the rubber, now turns and flips over to first base, driving Parrish back. You know, the Welcome White Sox luncheon sponsored by the Chicago business magazine Crane's Chicago Business, coming up this Monday, featuring Tony La Russa and his coaching staff. Here's the pitch, not a grub, and it's a bit low ball. The luncheon will be held at the Midland Hotel in downtown Chicago, located at LaSalle and Adams. It'll begin at 11:30 Monday. Tickets for the luncheon can be purchased for $12 each by calling the Midland Hotel at 332-1200. 332-1200, the Midland Hotel. Right to the belt. Here's the pitch to Grubb. A curve and a beauty in there, just above the knees, inside corner for a call strike, and the count is even at 1-1. Grubb has been around. He's hit over 300 twice in his big league career. Once with the Padres when he first came up with the National League, and he managed to hit over 300 a couple of years ago with the Texas Rangers. He was also previously with Cleveland. Hoyt goes over to first to keep Parrish around the bag at first. Denver Bears open their season tonight, as all minor leagues do, so this is quite a baseball night around the United States. The Denver Bears, the Sox new AAA entry in the American Association, will open up their season against the 89ers in Oklahoma City. A sidewinding right-hander who saw some brief action with the White Sox last year, Jim Sewey, will pitch the opener tonight for the Bears. Pitch out, runner wasn't going. They must be smelling something here. Parrish, not much of a threat to steal. They might have been looking for a hit and run that time. 2 balls and a strike now to count the Johnny Grubb.
I think it has to be the hit and run. I think they had it on last time when Grubb was up. Makes contact. Want to get Parrish around a little bit.
Well, all Grubb was supposed to do that time was pull the ball to the right side and advance the runner, which he did. There's a little slow tap to second. That's going to advance the runner, too. Bernazard up and over to Walker at first in time to get Grubb. No chance to get the lead man as he cracked his bat on that little roller to Bernazard at second. One gone, Parrish at second. So Grubb, even though he's 0 for 2 in the box score, did advance the runner both times. That'll bring up Glenn Wilson, who tripled to right center his first time up, his 3rd triple of the year, and his 8th RBI, and he later scored as well. Now he stands in. This time, Parrish is on with 1 out. Parrish at second instead of 3rd. We're in the 4th inning. Tigers lead it 2-0. The pitch, Hoyt to Wilson, a tap to the right side, a 3-hopper to Bernazard. He waits on it, throws, and Wilson is out by a step. Parrish moves to 3rd. Now the ball got away.
Yeah, Parrish didn't see it.
Ball got away, and Greg Walker chased it down. I looked down to put the out in the book. I don't know what happened there. Well, you can't call a play over with the White Sox until it's back to the pitcher's mound.
Debzinski was way over there backing somebody up. I don't know what happened. But he might have got a hold of the ball somehow or other.
Oh, Walker thought it was 3 outs. Walker turned and flipped the ball to Bernazard, and Bernazard had turned away. Well, here's Chet Lemon, who singled in a run his first time up. He's got a runner at 3rd now with 2 outs. That's what happened. Walker thought that was the 3rd out of the inning. Well, that's got to be embarrassing for a rookie who's already had trouble making the defensive plays over there.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't make your stock go up in it, does it?
No. Chet steps out of the box for a minute now. Parrish at 3rd with 2 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Oh, Walker would have found a hole. He could have crawled into it if the runner had scored on that play. There's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Belt high right into the hands. That jammed Lemon. 0-1.
Very dangerous pitch for Lemon, though, up around letter high. Of course, you'll hit him on the elbow with it.
Chet now 3 for 5 this year against Hoyt. 1 for 1 tonight, and 3 for 8 on the year against the White Sox, his former teammates. There's a swing and a foul, chopped down and back. It jumped over Fisk's head and rolls back to the base of the screen. 0-2 the count as Hoyt staying hand high and inside against Lemon. In the bottom of this inning, the White Sox will set up the top of the order. So far, they haven't had a base runner in 3 innings. 1 complete turn at bat against Wilcox. Bannister and Petrie tomorrow, and then in Sunday's wrap-up with the Tigers, Dennis Lamp will try to make it 5 straight over the Tigers in 2 years. And he'll be opposed by Jerry Uger. Off day on Monday. Now there's a rain delay in New York. Here's the pitch to Chet Lemon. Fastball high. They're in the fourth inning at Yankee Stadium. Toronto jumped off to a 2-0 lead. The Yankees caught them now. Toronto is ahead again 5-4 when the Rains have held up play. The stretch by Hoyt, the 1-2 pitch to Lemon. Fastball outside, 2-2. And Hoyt is using the stretch now with a runner at third and 2 out. He seems to prefer pitching out of the stretch with a runner at third. At the end of 3 at Oklahoma City, as we mentioned, Denver with Jim Seawee pitching tonight in the opener, leading Oklahoma 1-0. There's a swing and a miss. He struck him out on a change-up curve, a wide sweeping breaking ball. And that's a 4th strikeout, 1 an inning for LaMarr Hoyt. No runs, a wasted single and a man left. Midway through the 4th here in Chicago. The Tigers 2, the Sox nothing.
The new Prelude from Honda. It began as a clean piece of paper. Designers sketched an aerodynamically superior shape. Once the shape was perfected, engineers made it into a car with startling effect. The new Prelude from Honda. When you first drive one, you'll think you're in something else. You'll be right. The new Prelude from Honda. Fasten your seatbelts.
Hey, guess who has the highest octanes for your car? Texaco, that's who. Hi, Bob Star Power Hope here. Now Texaco Star Power knocks out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92 octane. New Super Regular with ethanol at 91 octane. Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane. Get Texaco Star Power, the highest octanes you can get to help knock out the knocks in your car. Texaco Star Power for car power.
WMAQ Chicago weather forecast, a low of 25 tonight, tomorrow, sunny, high 45. Along the lakefront, 43 right now at WMAQ.
Joe McConnell along with Gus Wynn here in chilly Comiskey Park with the temperatures about 35 or 6 degrees now. As we go into the home half of the 4th inning, the White Sox will send up their top 3 hitters. Law, Bernazard, and Baines to face Wilcox for the 2nd time. Milt, the right-hander from Detroit, has retired 9 straight. And the White Sox have only had 1 ball out of the infield, and that was a shallow fly to left off the bat of Carlton Fisk, leading off the 3rd. Rudy Law tapped out to short. He's hit the best ball off Wilcox, a sharp 1-hop liner, belt high to Trammell at short to start the ball game in the 1st inning for Chicago. Wilcox, sort of a broad-beamed right-hander, looking in to get the sign from Big Lance Parrish, his catcher. The right-hander delivers. Swing and a miss. There was that forkball, and Rudy swung over the top, 0-1. Wilcox has 1 strikeout so far. He fanned Kittle on 3 straight pitches midway through the 2nd. While Hoyt now has notched 4 strikeouts for the 3rd time this year. He's had 4 in all 3 of his starts, and he's gotten his 4 tonight, or at least 4 in the first 4 innings. Either pitcher has issued a walk. The 0-1 count pitched now to Rudy Law. A fastball just a bit outside as Parrish tried to yank that one over the outside edge, but didn't get the call from Joe Brickman. 1-1. Rudy Law, who can fly on the base paths, but he has to get on first. Tigers lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Wilcox with that double pump in the delivery. Curve low and inside, ball 2. Sharp breaker down and in. Over in the National League, they're in the 4th at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. The world champion Cardinals off to a 4-1 start despite a couple of rainouts, leading the Mets tonight 3-0. Montreal has a 1-0 lead over winless Houston in the 4th. At Houston, the Astros have lost 9 straight. Pitch to Rudy. Strike on the outside corner at the knees. That pitch was right on the black. That evens the count at 2-2. Checked with Jimmy Leland, the 3rd base coach. Davey Nelson at first for the White Sox. Wilcox shook off the first side. Has the one he wants from Parrish. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And a breaking ball. Looked like the slider or maybe the forkball on inside. A full count now to Rudy Law, leading off the 4th for the White Sox.
Wilcox has just recently started that forkball, Joe, and it helped him quite a bit with the sinker he has. little difficult for the batter to pick it up.
Here's the payoff pitch to Law. He swings and pops it up foul territory, third base side. Howard Johnson over near the camera box, can't reach it. Out of reach, hits the top of the White Sox dugout, bounces high in the air, comes down in about the back row of the first set of boxes. So the count holds at 3-2. Ball had to fight the wind to get out of play as the wind coming over the top of the double-deck stadium here, blowing out to right. 14 mile an hour out of the west at game time. Now Rudy steps out as Wilcox rubs up a new ball. He turns his back on the batter. Full count here, leading off the bottom of the fourth. Sox need some base runners. Wilcox had a 3-0 lead early in Detroit against the White Sox, but the Sox came back to knock him out in the seventh and post a 6-3 win. Lamp got the victory. Koosman the save. Here's the payoff pitch to Rudy Law. He pops it up again. Foul territory. This time there will be a play. Parrish over near the on-deck circle for the Tigers. He hauls it in. 10 in a row retired by Wilcox.
You know, Wilcox has a long record of hanging in there for a while, being tough, and you can get to him finally. I don't know if he gets tired or not, but he's a consistent pitcher to be, gotten to in the late innings like he has been.
Best year might have been 12-9 2 years ago when the season was shortened by a month and a half with a strike. But he's been right at 12 or 13 wins in each of the last 5 years. Here's Bernazard. He bounced to short his first time up. Got a 6-gamer intact here tonight. Check swing. It's high. Ball 1.
I followed him all through his career, Joe. I was scouting for Minnesota when he was pitching for Indianapolis. And he had that same tag on him down in the minors.
Pitch to Bernazard, and he waves and misses at a runner-high pitch. That might have been the sinker, although it was up. And the count is even at 1-1.
But he's come on and been a good pitcher for the Tigers.
Well, they're playing at the Metrodome tonight, Gus, and Frank Viola has a 1-0 lead in the third. The Twins over the Angels.
They got the roof pumped up?
Yeah, the roof didn't come down. This time they closed the airport. 1-1 pitch to Bernazard. It's high and away, ball 2. Viola, that talented young left-hander they signed right off the college campus a year ago. Twins are right now 3-5 and in a virtual tie for the basement with the Mariners. Both are 2 under. White Sox are 1 under, so they're a half game up out of the basement. Strike at the knees. Good slider. 2-2. Well, Reggie Jackson has homered, I believe, for the California Angels in the fourth. That would tie the score up there. That's Ken Force pitching for the Angels. There's a sharp ground ball to Whitaker's right. He moves over, picks it up, and Bernazard is out at first. Hit it sharply, but a skimmer. Just about 4 steps to Whitaker's right. 2 gone.
Reggie Jackson has hit his first home run of the season tonight in Minnesota. Fourth inning is not.
That was Reggie's first 4-bagger of the year, and it ties the score in the fourth at Minnesota. Here's Harold Baines. He was thrown out. Leach to Wilcox covering at first base. His first time up. Wilcox pumps into the motion. Brings it up high and away. Ball 1.
For a guy that's a high ball pitcher, he's certainly getting a lot of ground balls, Joe. He's got 7 putouts on ground balls so far in the ball game.
Yeah, he moves it around. He comes upstairs with it, but he throws a lot of pitches around the knees as well. Baines jammed with that pitch, fouls it away, right up in front of Nancy Faust, high on the upper deck on the third base side, right under those outdoor seats in the luxury boxes.
Wilcox is certainly not the most graceful pitcher you've ever seen. He looked like he has to put a lot of effort into all his pitches.
Looks like he's pumping himself up.
He sure does.
The pitch to Baines, down and in, ball 2 and strike 1. Harold hit 4 homers and knocked in 13 runs against the Tigers last year, but he had 3 of those homers and 8 of those RBIs in 1 ball game here one night, the 7th of July a year ago. What a night that was. 2-1 the count. Baines leading out over that plate with that widespread, slightly closed stance. Here's the pitch by Wilcox. He fouls it back upstairs off the window of the owner's box. Here on our press level behind home plate, so the count is 2-2. Baines a bit late on that pitch. It was up and away. Looks at the handle of his bat before he settles back into the batter's box. 2-2 the count. Wilcox trying to put down his 12th straight batter here with 2 gone in the fourth. The delivery. Swung on, field foul, coming right back below us. Landing in the open goal seats and rolling back down the net. They couldn't hold it. Can't hold it 2-2. Some fan is really getting the good-natured ribbing here. You know, we got a good crowd on hand here tonight, considering the coldest of the night. A lot of them here to see the fireworks, I assume. There's a bouncer down the first base side, gloved by Leach behind the bag. He runs up and makes the play unassisted, and that's 4 perfect innings for Milt Wilcox. He has retired 12 straight. And at the end of 4 here in Chicago, the Tigers still lead it 2-0.
After the game, it's Jimmy Pearsall on WMAQ.
For any part to fit your car, drive real smooth to get really far. Place to know to go for more is the one-stop two-shop Blue Star Auto Store. Blue Star for your car. Blue Star Auto Stores. Blue Star for your car. Blue Star Auto Stores.
It's time to get rid of the shakes in your car because Blue Star Auto Stores has Grand Prix shocks by Monroe for as low as $5.99. Monroe shocks help you restore that new car feel, and Blue Star's prices are never shocking. So for $5.99, drive like new on shocks by Monroe. And for a great deal more, shop Blue Star to keep your cars get up and go.
Blue Star for your car. Blue Star Auto Stores. Blue Star for your car. Blue Star Auto Stores.
There's 7 Blue Stars near you, like 8533 South Cottage Grove in Cicero and 1221 South Cicero.
It's that season. It's time for baseball, time for home runs, hits, and fun. And that means it's time to bring the ballpark into your home on a new Zenith 45-inch projection TV. Beautifully designed cabinets which are assembled by Americans in America. With Zenith's picture quality and performance, you can have at the ballpark viewing right in your home on Zenith's unique projection TV. And you have your choice of 2 styles. Only from Zenith, dedicated to its name, a name that America trusts. Visit your nearest Zenith dealer today.
And you can register for radio's original dating game, The Afternoon Affair.
Just below the belt for a called strike, and a late call it was by Joe Brinkman. 0-1. Hoyt has had the one bad inning where the Tigers bunched 4 of their 5 hits to score 2 runs. That came in the second. Those are the only runs of the game right now, and we're in the top half of the 5th. Leach chops one on 3 bounces, rolling to Bernazard on the rim of the grass, deep at second. He throws him out. 1 gone. Leach had singled his first time up.
Every Monday night home game is family bargain night. All $7, $5, $4, and $3 tickets will be half price. The first half-price family bargain night is Monday, May the 2nd against Milwaukee Brewers. You can get your tickets at Comiskey Park or by calling Ticketmaster, 559-1212.
Alan Trammell, one of 4 strikeout victims for Hoyt on a check swing third. His first time up. 1 gone here in the Tiger 5th. The big right-hander starts him off with a wide sweeping curve a bit low and away. Ball 1. Tigers have out hit the White Sox 5-0 and lead it 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. Wilcox has pitched a perfect game through 4. Fastball inside, a bit close, just above the knees. That straightened Trammell up out of that crouch, and the count is ball 2. Trammell, the number 9 hitter in the Tiger order. Lou Whitaker, the leadoff batter, on deck. 2-0 to Trammell. Swung on, fly ball looped into right field. Baines jogging in, waiting for it. He puts it away. There's 2 gone. Not too many fly balls to either outfield tonight. It's only the 3rd outfield put out for the Sox outfield, one by each of the 3 fielders, Kittle and Whitaker. Whitaker has been retired by Kittle and Rudy Law as he steps in there. He fouled out to Kittle in the 1st, and he fly to shallow left center in the 3rd. 2 gone here in the 5th. Fastball, strike call, good pitch, just above the knees, inside corner as Hoyt crossed up Whitaker and came inside with a hard one. 0-1. Whitaker's matured now. He had his best year at the plate a year ago. The little guy pumped out 15 home runs, most of them at Detroit. That pitch is down and in a ball, 1-1. Before that, the most he'd ever hit in a year was 3. There's a curve and a beauty right in there at the knees for a call strike. 1-2 the count.
And I believe Whitaker pulls more in Tiger Stadium than he does anywhere else. Got a short porch to right field.
Yes, sir.
So I guess he can pull when he wants to.
1-2 pitch to Whitaker. He tried to pull that one and nubs it foul down the first base side on the ground, and the count holds at 1-2.
Well, if he can pull when he wants to, I don't know why he wouldn't pull here when, especially in this ballpark, them playing over to the left like they are. He's got a lot of space in right center, and he can hit the ball with authority to right center.
Of course, it obliges one who's trying to pull if the pitcher comes inside with it. For the most part, they'll work him away. Now Hoyt has a sign. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Whitaker, and he misses low and away with that one. 2-2. Tomorrow afternoon, Floyd Bannister against Dan Petrie. Here's the pitch. Swung on and rolled foul past the on-deck hitter, Larry Herndon.
Hoyt took a little off that one, had him out in front, and he pulled that one right back in the on-deck circle for the Tigers.
You know, we've talked about Hoyt's 5-1 record with the Tigers. Lamp 4-0 against Detroit all in the last 2 years. He goes Sunday. Dan Petrie is 6-1 against the White Sox. The only time he beat him was with that 2-out, 2-run pitch homer by Hairston here last year. There's a drill to center field. Boy, did Whitaker get a hold of that one, and he really spanked it cleanly into center field. A solid line drive hit. That's his 13th hit of the year. And the Tigers have a 2-out single here in the 5th, hit number 6 off Hoyt. Whitaker hit a rope to center. Here's Howard Johnson, who's tapped to second and rolled out to first unassisted. He's 0 for 2 and 0 for 8 on the year against the White Sox. He hit .316 last year after starting the year at Evansville, and that's why they platooned him a lot at third base, although he is a switch hitter. He has been batting nothing but left-handed up here so far in the bigs this year. There goes the runner, Whitaker. Ground ball, pulled foul down the first base side, scattering, moving the first base coach, Billy Consolo, out of there, although it wasn't hit that hard.
Talking about moving, Dan Mars had to move on Whitaker's line drive. Kind of flinched.
The hit and run was applied there, but Johnson fouled the pitch off. 0-1. Whitaker at first with 2 out in the top of the 5th inning. Hoyt had retired 5 in a row. Now LaMarr has a sign from Carlton Fisk, his catcher. Johnson waiting with that bat cocked high over his shoulder. There's a fastball strike, thrown to second in time. Yes, they got Whitaker as Jerry Dubzinski put the tag on him. Whitaker now 3 out of 5 on the bases. Tigers 0 for 2 tonight. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left. We reached the halfway point here. Midway through the 5th at Comiskey Park, the Tigers lead it 2-0.
This was for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you. You know there's no one else who does it quite the way you do. For all you do, this buzz for you. For you, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Installing new gutters and downspouts on your house can be a snap with the Genova Rain-Go system from True Value Hardware Stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you these solid vinyl parts can be easily installed by one person because they snap together with the help of just a handsaw and screwdriver. They're guaranteed not to rust, rot, or corrode and never need painting. Plus, the gutter's exclusive triangular ridges help prevent clogging. See the lightweight Genova Rain-Go vinyl gutters and downspouts at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers.
Hi, this is Jim Tyler, and have I got some questions for you. Now, according to Mary Poppins, you'd always sound precious if you said what?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
July 20th, 1969. Name the event.
I think that was the first day somebody walked on the moon.
You got it.
Neil Armstrong.
Everybody's gonna win.
67 WMAQ.
So join in the fun with Tyler's Trivia, 3 to 7 p.m. on your radio station.
Well, it's time to go to work on this guy. Here's Lazinski, who fouled out to the catcher his first time up. He takes a check swing at a pitch, a sinker a bit low, ball one. Lazinski, Kittle, and Walker in that order. 12 men in a row have been mowed down by the right-hander, Milt Wilcox, who has a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch to Lazinski, a swing and a miss, and the count is even a ball and a strike. Mel Hall, the fine, fleet-footed rookie outfielder for the Cubs, going to be put on the disabled list, it looks like. There's a pitch low and away, ball two, the count to Lazinski. One of the preseason baseball magazines, Hall was listed as the top rookie candidate coming into either league. Kittle was rated 10th. Here's the 2-1 pitch. The bull takes, strike two called. Good pitch, knee-high outside corner, and that evens it at 2-2. Well, he's got Lazinski searching up there. He hasn't had a good rip at him yet. But we haven't had any hitter that has.
No, he's keeping everybody off balance.
2-2 delivery. Fastball. Peel foul coming back, and it's going to land right on the roof, skidding over the top of the roof behind home plate. 2-2 the count to Lazinski.
He delivers a little quick, has that fast pump. And then he changes speeds on them.
Postponed in Philly tonight, the Phillies and the Braves. So another arena. There's a slow curve over for a call. Strike three. Lazinski caught flat-footed. Second strikeout of the game for Wilcox. Let's hope that 13's the unlucky number for him. And here comes Kittle. Kittle struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. He went down hacking. Boy, Wilcox really pulled the string of that slow breaking ball to Lazinski.
Yeah, he feeds you that hard breaking stuff and the sinker. And when he takes something off of that breaking pitch, he's tough.
He's got about 2 different deliveries and about 5 different pitches. And if you're a guess hitter, boy, you got your work cut out for you. He throws Kittle a sinker, but it's low, ball one.
Like a guy playing bridge, you got to remember the cards.
Better count them.
Yes, sir. Well, he threw me this one last time, threw me the other one once before.
Outfield, infield, both deep around to the left. There's a pitch, and it is low, ball 2. 2-0 to Ron Kittle, one of the few batters ahead of Wilcox, who has not walked a man, nor has he been close tonight. He did have a 3-2 count to one batter, Rudy Law, leading off the 4th. Now the windup, and here's the pitch. Kittle swings and misses, and a breaking ball down around the knees. 2 balls and a strike. Johnson's only about 4 or 5 steps off the line and deep at third. Trammell on the edge of the grass. Whitaker pulled around at second and deep. So's the outfield. The pitch to Kittle. Swung on. He had a hack, and he fouls it back to the wire. 2-2. That was a good fastball away.
Kittle trying to go back through the middle then.
2 balls, 2 strikes with young Greg Walker on deck. Wilcox shakes off the first sign from Parrish. Now has the one he wants. 2-2 to Kittle. Curve, he got him out looking. Oh, Kittle rocked back on his heels, and that ball snapped right over the heart of the plate. 2 in the inning and 3 strikeouts for the game for Milt Wilcox. Boy, he has been a dandy here tonight. Here's Walker, who tapped out to Howard Johnson at third. His first look at Wilcox. Walker in a Major League uniform, looks like he's about 17. He's got that boyish-looking face. He swings and misses. Ball popped out of Parrish's mitt. Walker almost fell across the plate with the force of his cut. 0-1. Trying to loosen up that right shoulder before he steps back in. A bone-chilling night here at Comiskey Park, although the wind, fortunately, is not gusting like it was yesterday. There's a swing and a little looper, and Leach right in front of Whitaker hauls it in. Just a little spinner, a bat-handle spinner. For a minute, it looked like it was headed for right field, but Leach crossed right in front of Whitaker to glove it, and that's 15 men in a row through 5 innings put down in order by Wilcox. At the end of 5 here in Chicago, the Tigers lead it 2-0.
After the game, it's Jimmy Pearsall on WMAQ. Hi, this is Terry Stevens of WMAQ's Afternoon Affair, radio's original dating game, and here are just a few of the happy folks who have gotten together on our daily show.
Afternoon Affair. I would like to meet someone like the Knight Rider. When the chemistry is just right. Everything and anything.
I like to be varied.
And I like to shoot pool.
A hustler, huh?
Not exactly.
You remember your first date?
It was just on a hayride.
What are your goals and aspirations?
To go out.
Oh, you're just looking to meet somebody, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're 5'2", 125 pounds, light brown hair and brown eyes, a Virgo, and you look just like Cheryl Ladd.
Yeah.
You do?
Not really.
151 marriages and thousands of great dates. You can register for the afternoon affair, no charge, starting at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 67 WMAQ.
Let's see, 12 typewriters cost us.
You've invested a lot in the tools of your trade.
2 word processors.
You want them to pay off.
3 copiers, that's what folks say.
You want to keep them busy.
6 phone lines, they belong in this column.
That's why you also invest in the Yellow Pages, where your ad is on the job in homes and businesses.
Executive chairs, brown leather with brass.
The Bell System Yellow Pages. It's the small investment that keeps your big investments paying off.
15 not-so-executive chairs.
Hi, this is Jim Tyler, and I have great trivia questions for you 3 to 7 p.m. weekdays, right here on 67 WMAQ, Chicago.
Howard Johnson, the number 2 hitter in the Tiger orders, bounced out twice. He was at the plate when Whitaker was thrown out attempting to steal a base in the last inning. We'll lead it off here in the 6th. Waugh in on the edge and shallow at third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the dirt. You know, for the best in baseball coverage, have Sports Vision installed in your home today. Sports Vision brings you exclusive coverage of 112 White Sox games plus additional games involving the top teams in the American League. You also get the best seat in the house for the MISL playoffs, the Hawks' quest for the Stanley Cup, and a lot more. Order Sports Vision, dial 693-9200 or call your local cable company today. Wilcox has thrown only 59 pitches through 5 innings, firing 15 straight batters. There's a little looper foul into the Tiger first base dugout on the second hop. 0-2 the count to Howard Johnson. Herndon and Parrish to follow. Tigers got 4 of their 6 hits and both runs in the second. And a hit in the 4th and a hit in the 5th. Hoyt delivers. Almost hit him. That pitch was down and in right at ankle high, and Johnson had to walk the tightrope to get out of the way of that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That was a good attention getter. Got Johnson's attention. Try to straighten him up.
1-2 delivery. Fastball ripped up the middle. Base hit into center field on the ground. So Johnson leads off the Tigers' 6 with a smash just to the glove side of Hoyt. And to the right field side of the bag at second, it went out into center field. That's 2 straight hits off Hoyt now, counting the one that Whitaker got with 2 out in the 5th.
However, he didn't seem to get his attention too much, Joe. He stepped into that pitch and lined it right into center. Well hit ball.
Hit number 7 for the Tigers. And they have a leadoff man on. Sparky's tried to steal a couple times tonight and unsuccessful both times. Here's Herndon, who has struck out twice on curveballs. See what Hoyt feeds the left fielder this time. A curve, and it's just a bit wide of the belt. Ball 1. That was a much tighter breaking curve. You got Herndon on those wide sweeping breakers the first 2 times up. He checks with third base coach Alex Kramis before he steps back in. 2-0 Detroit. We're in the 6th. Wilcox has been masterful tonight for the Tigers. Retired 15 straight through 5. Hoyt turns and throws to first, driving Howard Johnson back to the bag. That was only Howard's 3rd hit now on 16 at-bats this year. 1 for 3 tonight. His first hit in 9 at-bats this season against the White Sox. He stretches his lead a bit at first. Walker holding. Herndon might try to punch the ball through the right side. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul down and back. A ball and a strike. Several postponements tonight due to cold weather, rain, and snow. Not only in the Midwest, but the East as well. Baltimore postponed with Cleveland. The Angels now with a 4-1 lead at the Metrodome in Minnesota against the Twins in the 6th inning. Reggie is homered up there. The stretch for the right-hander Hoyt. Here's the pitch now. Herndon swings and misses a sinker down around the knees. 1-2 the count. Good low breaking ball. Hoyt trying to fan him for the 3rd straight time. He has 4 strikeouts tonight. Wilcox has 3. Neither pitcher has been close to walking a batter as of yet. In fact, Hoyt hadn't gone to ball 3 on anybody. 1-2 the cap to Herndon with that tall upright stance. His feet straight away, widespread. Hoyt turns, lobs to first. Upcoming road trip, the Sox will go to Cleveland, then up to Toronto, and then over to Milwaukee before coming home for our second homestand of the year. Red Sox and the Yankees will come calling down. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as he pulled the string on a breaking ball. Quick snap throw to first. Johnson is back. That's 3 straight times Herndon's gone down swinging, and 5 in the ball game for LaMarr Hoyt. 1 out here with a man on first here in the Tigers' 6th. Here's Parrish. Well, Herndon has been duck soup for the big guy, LaMarr Hoyt, but Parrish has been trouble. He has doubled, singled, and scored a run. He's 2 for 2. Both times he's led off an inning, he has hit safely. Now he's up with a man on and 1 out here in the 6th. Check swing, and the pitch is a bit low, and Parrish, in checking his swing, staggered out across the plate. Ball 1.
I got to believe Parrish had intention of going for the long ball because he had trouble stopping that swing.
Looked like he was loading up, didn't it?
Yeah, he was. He was ready for it.
They've resumed in New York. They're now in the 5th. The Blue Jays with a 5-4 lead over the Yankees. They had a slight rain delay there. Swing and a foul. Back to the wire, and Parrish goes down on his right knee. Boy, did he unload on that cut. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's trying to yank one out of here. Well, he's about due to hit one. He hasn't homered yet this year, and he had 32 last year to set a single-season American League record for a catcher.
Maybe he's trying to go for the cycle.
On 1 swing?
No. But he's got a...
You think he wants to get the hard part now? I think the hard part for him would be the 3-bagger.
Yeah, he's got half of it already.
Quick throw to first. Johnson almost leading the wrong way. Dove back in there, head first. The ball and the strike to count to Lance Parrish.
They may have the steal in mind with Parrish at bat.
He's got that upright closed stance. Another quick throw to first, and again Johnson dives back in under the tag. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to the Chicago White Sox Radio Network.
An all-instant request hour follows tonight's game in Jimmy Pearsall right here on 67 WMAQ Chicago.
Right-hander Dewey, LaMarr Hoyt gazing in to get the sign. The stretch and the pitch. Parrish swings, lines one left field. Way back is Kittle, over his head, off the wall on a hop. Gets away. That's going to score. The runner, Howard Johnson, being waved on in, and Parrish pulls into second base with a run-scoring double. It's 3-0 Tigers. Parrish hit a rope over Kittle's head off the left field wall out there in front of the bull ring on a short hop. And Parrish is 3 for 3 tonight with 2 doubles.
Boy, he has been some kind of trouble, and he hasn't been fooled on anything except the pitch he almost went over the plate and fell down on. Looked like he might have been trying to go for the real long ball there. But he hit that ball hard enough. All he had to do was get it a little bit more into the air.
That gives him 3 doubles on the year. That's his 5th RBI. 3-0 Tigers, hit number 8 off LaMarr Hoyt. And Parrish has been almost a one-man wrecking crew here tonight with a pair of doubles and a single, a run scored, and a run batted in. And now Parrish is at second with 1 out. And here's Johnny Grubb, who's tapped out twice. First pitch, a check swing on a fastball a bit high, just above the letters. Ball 1. We're in the 6th. The Tigers now with a 3-run lead. And so far, Mr. Wilcox hasn't given the White Sox an inch. There's a smash up the middle. Glove by Dubzinski. Wheels, throws. Wide of the bag. The runner is safe. That'll be a hit. Dubzinski whirled 360 degrees. He gloved that ball deep behind the bag at second, but his throw tailed towards the home plate side and pulled Walker off the bag, and Grubb will be given credit for a hit. Runners at first and third.
Well, Dubzinski went over to the grass right behind second base. He had to whirl around, as Joe said, make a complete turnaround to throw the ball. Had to do it in a hurry. But he did make the good throw.
That is hit number 9 off Hoyt, and we got a couple of pitchers heating up in a hurry in the White Sox bullpen. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to give Dubzinski an error. Oh, boy. That is one tough error on Dubzinski in this kind of weather tonight. Here comes Dave Duncan. Dave Duncan, the pitching coach, comes out to have a word with Hoyt. So change your score sheets. A throwing error on Benzipski. He did a great job in getting to the ball. But the throw, of course, looked like it would have had the hitter grub beaten, and so the throw allowing the runner to reach.
Yes, he did. He made a good stop, went over behind second base, then made the throw. He would have had to make a perfect throw if he got him, and I don't know if he'd have got him then or not.
Well,
he might have just had him by a half a step or a step.
According to the scorer's decision, he would have had him, and so that's why they charged the error. That is a very tough error. All right. Here's Glenn Wilson. He's tripled in a run and scored. He's 1 for 2. Last time up, he bounced out to second. Sox need a double play here. First pitch, a swing and a miss. As Hoyt took something off of that pitch, pulled the string on it, and Hoyt fooled the hitter, Glenn Wilson, that time. Runners at first and third. One out here in the Tigers' sixth. The run is in. Parrish over at third. He's 3 for 3. The big bat tonight for the Bengals. Over at first is Johnny Grubb. Hoyt working out of the stretch. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Wilson waved at that one futilely, and the count is 0-2. We've got some no-hit information to pass along your way if Wilcox goes another inning or so. 0-2 the count to Glenn Wilson. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside. He had to hop out of the way of that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The last no-hitter pitched in this ballpark was September 10th, 1967 by right-hander Joel Harlan of the White Sox over the same Detroit Tigers. So it's been 15 and a half years since they've had a no-hitter pitched in this ballpark. Pitch is a bit low and inside, and Wilson laid off of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Tidrow is one of the 2 pitchers heating up for the White Sox. Big, tall right-hander. And a lefty might be Kevin Hickey. The 2-2 delivery. Ball 3, a slider just a little bit low. Fisk couldn't hang on, and a full count now to Glenn Wilson. Johnny Grubb with a 3-run lead over at first will probably be off with a pitch. Parrish, of course, will hold at third and see what happens. A full count to Glenn Wilson. The stretch, there goes the runner at first. The pitch is swung on a comebacker right to the mound. They've got the runner caught in the box at third. Hoyt throws to Fisk, who runs him back to third. Now let's make sure you get a man here. Out of the baseline, he's called out. They didn't tag him that time. They didn't have to, as Parrish ran out of the baseline. So Fisk will be given credit for the putout. And the Tigers have runners at first and second. Nobody moved to third on the play. So fielder's choice by Hoyt. On the ball hit back to the box, a one-hopper to Hoyt off the bat of Glenn Wilson, a 1-2 fielder's choice. Wilson safe at first. Grubb stayed at second after he broke for third. So that's 1 run down, the 4th of the year, the first one the White Sox have turned to their favor. I don't think I'll ever forget that play at second base yesterday. 2 gone now, runners at first and second. Here's Chet Lemon, who singled in a run in the second, struck out his last time up. Hoyt to the belt, looks at second. The pitch, a fastball strike call. Letter high, outside corner, 0-1. Gus, the last no-hitter pitched in the American League was on the 15th of May in '81 by Len Barker against Toronto. That was that perfect ball game he threw against the Blue Jays.
I saw that game, Joe, and boy, he had great stuff.
Got about 13 strikeouts that game.
I reckon he did.
For the swing and a looper to right field. That's going to score a run. Baines picks it up in the right field corner. Here comes the runner from second in. Head first dive at second. Oh, and at second base. Chet Lemon out, trying to stretch a RBI single into a double as Baines cut him down. Chet's second hit, second RBI of the game. And the Tigers add to their lead. They double it here in the 6th with 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. 1 man left, and at the end of 5 1/2, Detroit leads at 4-0.
My neighbor Sam is impressed by titles. When he found out Miss New Jersey drives a Honda Accord 4-door sedan, same as mine, he couldn't wait to tell me. But I wasn't surprised. After all, I said, Miss New Jersey and the Honda Accord have a lot in common. They're both beautiful and highly regarded by the competition. Yes, but Miss New Jersey, cried Sam, a reigning beauty queen with the same car as you. So what, I said, a lot of beautiful people drive Honda Accords. It's the best-selling front-wheel drive four-door sedan in Alabama, Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Oregon, Virginia, and Washington. No New Jersey, yes, sir? Nope. New Jersey was a miss.
We make it simple.
Hi, Bob Hope for Texaco. You hear the knocking in that car? Now Texaco Star Power helps you knock out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92 octane. New Super Regular with ethanol at 91 octane. Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane. Get Texaco Star Power, the highest octanes you can get to help knock out the knocks in your car. Texaco Star Power for car power.
WMAQ Chicago weather forecast, fair and cold, a low of 25 tonight. Tomorrow's high 42, partly sunny. 43 right now at WMAQ.
All designated sitter and weekend season ticket plans with an all-star guarantee have been sold out. For information on how to guarantee yourself a seat to the 1983 All-Star Game, call the White Sox sales office at 924-1000. Call them today.
Joe McConnell along with Early Wind. So far tonight, the White Sox haven't had a lick to cheer about or even get excited about. Wilcox has retired 15 straight hitters through 5 innings. He's thrown only 59 pitches, and now he has a 4-0 lead working for him as we go to the bottom of the 6th. He'll face the tail end of the order. Fisk, Law, and Dubzinski. Fisk flied to shallow left his first time up. And that has been the only ball hit out of the infield against Milt Wilcox tonight has been letter perfect. The pitch on the way to Fisk. Up and in, a bit close for a ball. Ball 1. Nolan Ryan has pitched the 5th career no-hitter for himself on September 26th in '81 by beating the Dodgers 5-0. That is the last previous no-hitter in the big leagues. Well, there's a breaking ball on the way. Ball 2 to Fisk. Tigers have 4 runs on 9 hits off Hoyt. He's had 2 bad innings. The second, which he gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. And in the top half of this inning, the 6th, he gave up 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. One of the 4 runs off Hoyt is unearned. Well, that was a tough error on Jerry Dubzinski. 2-0 the count to the leadoff batter, Carlton Fisk. Here's the pitch for the right-hander. Fastball, just a bit high. Ball 3. Right now, I'll take base runners any way we can get them, Gus.
In a case like this, yes, Joe, got to take it.
We need a bunch.
So he's got to be taken for sure.
3-0 pitch to Fisk. Fastball right down the pipe at the knees for a call strike. 3-1. Wilcox now makes his home in West Bloomfield, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Strike at the knees, the slider. Now the count is full, 3-2. Wilcox has 3 strikeouts, no walks. Second full count of the night. This one to Pudge Fisk leading off the bottom of the 6th. Now he calls time just as Wilcox starts his motion. Angels now with a 5-run lead at the Metrodome. 6-1 in the 6th over the Twins. There's a swing, pop foul, going to be out of play. First base side. This misses the upper deck, bounces off the camera deck, suspended from the mezzanine, and drops into the lower deck. Still 3-2 to Fisk. Three and 2 the count. Fisk waiting. Wilcox into his windup. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, struck him out on that slip pitch. That's that forkball, a sinker. And that is 3 strikeouts the last 4 batters and 4 on the night for Wilcox. He seems to be getting tougher. So that's 16 Monroe retired. That brings up Vance Law, who bounced out to third his first time up. Vance is going to break it up right here.
Wilcox is throwing harder tonight, I believe he, consistently, and I've seen him in quite some time. Not letting up.
The pitch to Vance Law, a fastball strike, belt high inside corner, 0-1.
Maybe he knows what he's going for him. They say you're not supposed to know it.
Wilcox delivers to Law, a curve, and it dropped just a bit low. That was a beauty, a sharp Breaking ball down and in, but it just missed the strike zone. 1-1 the count. Vance Law taps the dirt out of his spikes with the end of his bat, now settles back in there. Law, an avid pupil of batting instructor Charlie Lau. Rocks back and forth on his feet. Here's the pitch. And it's a bit high with a slider. Ball 2 and strike 1 as Wilcox pounded his glove after he threw that pitch. He knew it was up.
I know most players and pitchers especially are very superstitious about having one going, no-hitter going, and somebody mentioned it on the bench. One time, in Cleveland, pitcher had a no-hitter going. Somebody walked down to him and said, "Hey, you got a no-hitter going?"
Swing and a miss. Ooh, Law swung right through that pitch, and the count is 2-2 to Vance.
And sure enough, the next inning, they got a hit off of him.
What did you do to the guy?
Everybody was about to kill him.
How long did you carry a no-hitter into a ball game?
Oh, I've gone into the 9th, the 8th time or so, 7th a few times.
Never made it, though.
Not in the majors.
Swing and a miss. He pulled the string, and Law was out in front and off stride and waved at it futilely on that darting breaking ball down and away. 5 strikeouts for Wilcox. 4 in the last 2 innings. Jerry Dubzinski is going to bat now. He tapped to the mound his first time up. Wouldn't it be funny if Dubzinski in his second at bat this year break up a perfect game? Wilcox has retired 17 straight with 5 strikeouts. 4 of the last 5 batters have fanned. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Tiger right-hander working on a 4-0 lead as well.
Well, it would certainly be a pleasure to all of us to see the Dibber get something started here.
Pitch is a strike at the knees. He watched that one all the way into Parrish's mitt. 0-1.
I think it's pretty evident that I've never seen Wilcox as tough as he is tonight.
The 0-1 pitch to Dubzinski. A swing and a miss. Oh, he went after a letter-high fastball and went down to one knee. 0-2 the count.
And as Wilcox threw that pitch, he done a little dance.
Yeah, I think he wanted it back as soon as he let it go.
I think he was worried.
That pitch was right up in the wheelhouse. 0-2 the count. In fact, I think Wilcox has gotten away with a couple of pitches this inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Dubzinski. Oh, late cut on a swing and a miss on a fastball. He struck out the side. 6 strikeouts in the game, 5 in the last 2 innings. And at the end of 6 innings of play here, Wilcox working on a perfect no-hitter. The score, Detroit 4, the White Sox nothing.
Talk baseball with Pearsall after the game on WMAQ.
Hey, Ted! Yeah? You still need another coach for Little League? What's this, Carl? I thought you were going to move.
No way, neighbor. I'm staying right here.
What happened?
Well, after looking at the cost of a bigger house and the high mortgage rates, we decided to put on an addition instead.
Hey, good thinking.
Well, good thinking and a home equity loan from General Finance.
Let me get this right. Is your home equity the difference between what you owe on your mortgage and what your home is now worth?
Right. And that equity was more than enough to cover the loan for the addition.
I see. So, you used your house to borrow money from General Finance to put on an addition that increases the value of your house.
You got it.
And the Little League's got a new coach.
All right.
As a homeowner, you may be able to borrow $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, up to $25,000. Money you can use as you see fit when you get a home equity loan from General Finance.
Call General Finance for a large home equity loan up to $50,000 or for a smaller consumer loan.
It's the most refreshing way to make the most of every day. And wherever you go and whatever you do, there's something big waiting for you. For you. Coke is it, the biggest taste you've ever found. Coke is it, the one that never lets you down. Coke is it, the most refreshing taste around. Coke is it, Coke is it.
You can talk to White Sox owner Eddie Einhorn Sunday morning at 10 right here on 67 WMAQ. It's 9:16.
We go to the 7th, and to call it for you, here's Early.
And it's a tough job tonight. LaMarr Hoyt having a little bit of trouble. First pitch to the batter, Mike Leach, the first baseman, is inside corner breaking pitch for a called strike. Hoyt's been in trouble 2 innings. The 2nd inning, 2 runs. The 6th inning, 2 runs. And the Tigers lead 4-0. Pitch is inside to Leach. Now the count is even, 1-1. On the other side of the coin, Milt Wilcox is really breezing along. Never seen him have better stuff than he's had tonight, and it's quite evident with the no-hitter he's got going, the perfect ball game. Pitch swung on by Leach, and that's drilled down the left field line. Foul, going to go down into the seat.
Left-hander Jerry Kuzma now throwing in a bullpen. By the way, the days of buying a poor seat to a Sox game at a remote ticket outlet are over. You can get the best seat available at the ballpark at any one of 35 Ticketmaster centers located in Sports Marts, Rose Records, Baskin Clothing, or any Carson Peary Scott stores.
The pitch swung on by Leach. He went after a bad pitch, and he strikes out. So that's strikeout number 6 for Hoyt in the ball game.
By the way, the number to call in case you'd like to buy a Sox ticket at any one of the 35 Ticketmaster centers, 559-1212.
LaMarr hasn't had bad stuff by any means. He's had good stuff, but Lance Parrish has solved it every time he's been up to the plate. He's 3 for 3 tonight. He's scored 1 run, driven in 1. This is Alan Trammell, the shortstop. Takes the first pitch over for a call strike by Hoyt.
You know, Hoyt has 6 strikeouts, Gus, but he's fanned Herndon 3 times.
Yeah, he should have scattered those around. Maybe got Parrish once or twice. Yeah. He winds, fires. This one is outside.
Now, this has been Wilcox and Parrish night.
Parrish is really having a night for himself. Hoyt looking in, getting the sign. Trammell is ready. He swings on a breaking pitch high, misses for strike 2. Let's give up a couple of other base hits in different innings. There's a swing on a high breaking pitch going into center field. Rudy Long coming in. He can't get it. Just a little blooper out behind second base. So now Trammell is on. That's the 10th hit of the ball game for the Tigers. And the Tigers have another base runner. A little bloop single into center field. Texas leaguer. We'll go back to the top of the batting order. It's Lou Whitaker. Whitaker's 1 for 3 tonight. Got a fly ball into the left side of the field. Caught by Ron Kittle. Now, I do believe we're going to have a pitching change as Tony La Russa comes out. And he's going to let the left-hander, probably Jerry Kuzman, come in to pitch to Lou Whitaker. Yes, he has taken LaMarr Hoyt out, and we're going to get a new pitcher, so we'll take this time out and be right back.
Central Tire keeps you on the road. Central Tire has brand names you know.
While the team is changing pitchers, think about changing to new General Tires for your car. Central Tire in Chicago and Cicero, your local General Tire store, has quality General Tires, including the top-of-the-line Dual Steel 3 with Gen Seal sealant to the popular priced Amerispread. Central Tire also carries tires for light trucks, vans, recreational vehicles, and more. Check on your tires. They may need some relief, too. Stop in at Central Tire today and see the complete lines of Generals. Quality, choice, price. General Tire has a tire for you.
Central Tire has a price for you. Central Tire's there with follow through. We'll fit your car with the best deal in town. At Central Tire, we're always around. At Central Tire, we're always around. Central Tire.
Central Tire with 4 General Tire locations, including 18th in Indiana and 12040 South Doty in Chicago.
An all instant request music hour follows tonight's game, and Jimmy Pearsall right here on WMAQ.
Well, veteran left-hander Jerry Kuzman, 40 years young, comes on to relieve LaMarr Hoyt, who threw 96 pitches in working 6 1/3 innings in his quest for a 6th career victory over the Tigers, which will not be forthcoming tonight. Hoyt gave up 4 runs at the moment, 3 earned on 10 hits. He struck out 6, did not walk a batter. And as Gus mentioned, he had 2 bad innings, the 2nd and the 6th, when the Tigers bunched 7 of their 10 hits for all 4 runs. Kuzman has no wins nor losses, but he picked up a save in 3 innings of shutout relief of Dennis Lamp against these Tigers in Detroit. This is his 3rd appearance. He's worked 4 innings, given up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a 6.75 ERA. Kuzman with 191 lifetime victories, including 11 last year. He was the most effective starter for the Sox in the final 2 months of the year. He won 7 of his last 9. So he's on in relief now to try to keep the Tigers at 4, and hoping, of course, the White Sox bats will wake up here in the last 3 turns against Wilcox and can turn this ball game around.
Looked like Hoyt had good stuff, however. The stats do not show it with 10 hits in there, but he was throwing the ball very hard. Now Kuzman comes on. It'll be a little different change of pace, probably. He won't throw as hard as Hoyt did, or near as often. He'll sneak that fastball in there once in a while, but he's going to pitch to the left-hander now, Lou Whitaker, the second baseman. Whitaker is a left-hand batter. Infield is going to shorten up for the double play with a runner on first. That's Alan Trammell, and only one away. Of course, Whitaker will be playing footsie with Vance Law down at third base, trying to drag him in. Koosman goes to first base. The ball gets away for Walker, goes down the line, and there goes Alan Trammell going down to second base. And he's in there safely. Koosman made a quick throw to first base. And it was a low pitch, which is where he should be over to first base to try and catch the runner off. However, Walker didn't hold on to it. Didn't bounce very far. It rolled down to the edge of the grass. However, in the meantime, Trammell, wide awake, took off for second base. So he's on second base, one away.
It's going to be an error on Walker. That's his third of the year.
Koosman is all set. He's got the sign, delivers, and Whitaker swings and he misses.
Our official score tonight, Dave Nightingale, formerly of the Chicago Tribune, now of the Sporting News, ruled that Walker should have handled that.
Koosman looking in. Trammell's got a good lead. And a pitch swung on. And Koosman's going to take it on the first hop, throw to first base, and they got Whitaker. In the meantime, Alan Trammell comes over to third base, but there's two away. That putout was made to pitcher to first baseman. Now we'll see if they're going to bring, let Howard Johnson come up to...
No, they're going to pinch hit. He's going to go with the right-handed hitting third sacker, Tommy Brookins. Sparky not satisfied at all with a 4-run lead. And now right-hander Steve Mura, who is yet to pitch in a regulation game of the White Sox, heating up in the bullpen.
Brookins swings a good bat. Makes contact most of the time, and he's also a pretty good glove man around third base.
Well, Brookins had a couple of hits against the White Sox in Detroit. He's hitting .409 with 9 hits and 22 at-bats, 1 homer, and 4 runs batted in. Johnson was 1 for 3 with a run scored.
So now Koosman's got his work cut out for him, trying to save this run. White Sox have got to stay in there. Wilcox is too strong tonight to let another run come in or any more. A good pitch by Koosman, just about knee-high, breaking pitch. It's over for a called strike. Count goes to 1-1 on Brookins. He will no doubt pitch very cautious to Brookins. Trammell planted on third with Koosman pitching from the set position. Swing and a grounder down the third base side foul. So Koosman is way ahead of Brookins. Count is 0-2. Koosman will probably play mousy with Brookins, trying to mess him up there. There's a little bouncer down the third base side, beat into the ground. It's foul. Barely rolls down to the third base coaching box. Koosman got that pitch inside, a little breaking pitch, looked like a slider. So it's still 0-2 count on Tom Brookins, third baseman. Will be third baseman when the Tigers take the field again. Koosman pitching from the set position again with a runner on third. Pitch, and it's outside. Now it's 1-2. It's a 4-0 ball game here at Comiskey Park. Favor the Tigers. They have 10 hits, and the White Sox have none. Koosman kicks, delivers. Ball swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Koosman comes in and puts out the fire with a strikeout. Striking out the pinch hitter. The Tigers got a hit. They got no runs. They leave one man on base. After 6.5 innings, the Tigers 4 and the White Sox nothing.
I recently saw where a Honda Civic ran the Indy 581. Must be a mistake. So I called Honda. No, it was official, they said. The U.S. Auto Club drove 3 1983 Honda Civic 1300 FE hatchbacks around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway until they ran out of gas. They ran 578 and 581 and 604 miles. The EPA went even farther, I was told. They made the Civic FE the best gasoline mileage car in America. EPA estimated 46 miles per gallon and 59 highway. Use 46 for comparison only. And you can expect actual highway mileage to be less. But it was no mistake. The Honda Civic ran the Indy 581. The Indy 581, kind of grows on you.
We make it simple.
Now to present the Star Power High Octane Awards, Bob Hope.
Hi, tonight's awards are for the highest octanes you can get. Envelope, please. And the winners are Texaco Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane, New Super Regular with ethanol at 91, and Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92. Texaco Star Power helps knock out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Star Power for car power.
Hi, this is Jim Tyler, and have I got some questions for you? Now, according to Mary Poppins, you'd always sound precious if you said what?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
July 20th, 1969. Name the event.
I think that was the first day somebody walked on the moon.
You got it.
Neil Armstrong.
Everybody's gonna win.
67 WMAQ.
So join in the fun with Tyler's Trivia, 3 to 7 p.m. on your radio station.
I'm early win with Joe McConnell here at Comiskey Park, where we have quite a game going tonight after all the wild hitting and scoring ball games we've had. We've got a game going now that is a perfect game for Milt Wilcox. Only thrown 74 pitches so far. Pitching a perfect game, has retired the first 18 batters to face him. Rudy Law steps into the batter's box to be the first man this inning, followed by Bernazard and Harold Bain. First pitch is high and outside for ball one by Wilcox. Wilcox hasn't walked anybody. He's only been 3-2 on one batter. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass so that Law can't bunt. Now Wilcox gets the pitch over and the count is even at 1-1. It's 4-0. Favor Detroit. They have a total of 10 hits and the White Sox have nothing. They say that you can get to Wilcox if you stay with him, but he's staying with everybody tonight, all the hitters, and nobody's gotten to him so far. Pitches outside, a sinker. And Rudy Law is now ahead of Wilcox, 2 balls and a strike. Outfield shifted over to the left, as they do normally on Rudy Law. He has a lot of space in right center field and a lot of space down the right field line. Wilcox winds and he fires. A breaking pitch inside and low. And it's 3 balls and a strike. This is the first time he's been 3-1, I do believe. Last inning, the 6th inning, Wilcox struck out the side. Struck out Carlton Fisk, Vance Law, and Jerry Debzinski. Struck out a total of 6. Goes into the pump. Winds and delivers. Law swings a grounder going down the first base side. Taken by the first baseman. Leach, and Rudy Law is out by the first baseman unassisted. That's 1 away. So now that is 19 batters retired in a row. And it'll bring up Tony Bernazard. Tony is a switch hitter. Going to bat left-handed against Wilcox, as he's done all night. Tony's 0 for 2 as everybody else who is not 0 for 3. Grounded out to the shortstop first time. Then he popped up to the... or grounded out to the second baseman his second time up in the 4th inning. Wilcox winds delivers. And a high pop-up on the first base side in foul territory. And the first baseman, Leach, calling for it. He almost jumped into the air to get it. And he takes it in foul territory. That's out number 2. That is 20 batters in a row. Looks like the players themselves know that there's a perfect game going, and you play in a perfect game, you'll get your name in the record book for sure in big print. This will bring up Harold Baines, the right fielder. Baines grounded out to the first baseman, thrown over to the pitcher the first time up in the 1st inning. Then he grounded out to the first baseman unassisted back in the 4th. Pitches on the inside corner, breaking pitch by Wilcox for call strike. The players will dive and run and jump and everything to catch a ball in this ball game. Swing and a foul going down the left side, and that's going to be out of play on the left. The White Sox dugout just down below it. I guess it's every player's dream to play in a perfect game if you're on the winning side only. Wilcox has been the master tonight. So far, Sox don't have much time left. Wilcox winds. He fires. Bain swings. Pops this back over the Sox dugout to our left. That one's going to go into the upper deck. 0-2 on Harold Bain. 2 men away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch, and way outside, ball 1. Wilcox being ahead 0-2 decided if Baines wanted to go fishing, he'd have to have a long line. That pitch was about 3 foot outside. They're playing Baines kind of straight away in the outfield. The pitch, Baines swings, and he's drilled one into left field. Herndon started back, then he had to stop, and he takes it for the out. 21 batters in a row. As Bain lines to left field for the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We will go into the top of the 8th with the Tigers leading 4-0.
After the game, it's Jimmy Pearsall on WMAQ.
Central Tire keeps you on the road. Central Tire has brand names you know.
Like General Tire, who along with Central Tire invite you to choose from the entire line of General Tires at all 4 Central Tire locations in Chicago and Cicero. Central Tire is also your neighborhood professional for expert car care. Central Tire is your local outlet for the complete tough General Tire line. From the top of the line Dual Steel 3 with Gen Seal sealant to the popular price Spread. Central Tire has General Tires for everything from compact cars to tractor trailers to light trucks. Quality, choice, price. General Tire has a tire for you.
Central Tire has a price for you. Central Tire's there with follow through. We'll fit your car with the best deal in town. At Central Tire, we're always around. At Central Tire, we're always around. Central Tire.
Central Tire with 4 General Tire locations, including Cottage Grove near Cermak and Roosevelt Road near Austin and Cicero.
Jerry Taft of the American Meteorological Society.
Well, Chicago is probably one of the toughest cities in the country to forecast for. That's why to do the best job possible, you have to have the latest technical equipment. Now, we have a satellite receiver. It gives us a detailed look from space every 30 minutes. We've got digital color radar and probably the best computer system in the country. I don't always get it right, but I want you to know that I've got all the tools to give it my best shot right here on WMAQ.
Let's check Jerry Taft's forecast and see if he's right. Fair and cold tonight, low 25. High tomorrow, 42, partly sunny. Right now it is 43 on WMAQ.
Well, here we go to the 8th inning. The first pitch, Koosman delivers to Herndon, low and inside, ball 1. Herndon struck out 3 straight times against the starter LaMarr Hoyt, who worked the first 6 and the 3rd innings. Koosman came on, wiggled out of any further damage in the 7th, replacing Hoyt with 1 on and 1 out, and notched his first strikeout of the game. But the story now is secondary. Milt Wilcox is the story of tonight's ball game. He has pitched perfect baseball through 7 innings. He has retired 21 consecutive White Sox batters and has a 4-0 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. The left-hander Koosman delivers to Herndon. Fastball at the knees for a called strike. Koosman looks plenty quick tonight, Gus.
Yeah, I imagine Neil Boy feels pretty fast and pretty strong tonight in this cool weather. See if he can handle Herndon as good as LaMarr Hoyt did.
1-1 the count. The left-hander kicks and deals. Curveball lined into right field. That ball is trouble, and it is a fair ball just inside the line. Rolling up against that low boxy railing out there as Baines picks it up. There goes Herndon to 3rd with a head-first dive, but they're going to send him back to 2nd, I believe. Sparky Anderson out to argue with first base umpire Nick Bremigan, who called fan interference. That'll be a ground rule leadoff double down into the right field corner off the bat of Larry Herndon. That's the first time we've seen that happen this year.
That's one thing that fans shouldn't do, is interfere with plays on the field.
We've been saying that forever.
Yeah, I know it.
I don't understand it myself.
Someday one is going to run into a fielder trying to field that ball and probably get hurt, or else hurt a fielder.
Well, here's the big bat for the Tigers tonight, the guy who's catching the perfect game. Lance Parrish. He has doubled twice and singled. He has scored a run and knocked in a run. He's played a part in all the Tiger offense tonight. Now he's up with a runner at second, nobody out here in the 8th inning. First pitch, slow curve and a beauty over the outside corner, knee high, 0-1. Herndon at second, nobody out. We're in the 8th inning. The Tigers lead at 4-0. That was the 11th Detroit hit. Herndon at the plate has, Parrish at the plate has 3 of them. Guzman working out of the stretch, delivers. Fastball, he almost chased it into the dirt, and he did. Tried to check his swing. Nick Bremigan shot the right arm in the air. His fist looked down there, and so the count is 2 strikes on Parrish. In the Sox 8th, it'll be Luzinski, Kittle, and Walker. And if Wilcox retires them in the 9th, it would be the bottom third of the order, probably a couple of pinch hitters following Fisk. Guzman to the belt, check second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, high fly ball, twisting foul. Way down the left field side, back out of play into the upper deck. Bounced off the top of the auxiliary scoreboard and wound up in the walkway down in the lower deck. So the count holds at 0-2 to Parrish. The last time the White Sox were no-hit was on the 1st of August, 1962. Here at Comiskey Park, Bill Monbouquet, a classy little right-hander for the Boston Red Sox, beat him 1-0 in '62. It's been a long time, 21 years. Swing, little tap down the third base side, fair ball, no, rolls foul just as it got to the bag. There would not have been much of a play on Parrish at first had that ball stayed fair. So the count, still 0-2 to Parrish. Mura, the right-hander, was up and throwing. Kuzman, the second pitcher used tonight. Herndon at second, nobody out. We're in the 8th. In case you've just joined us, Milt Wilcox has a perfect game through 7 innings. He's retired 21 consecutive batters, and we're in the 8th. Detroit leading 4-0. Kuzman to the belt, the left-hander kicks and deals. Swung on, bounced foul again, past third base coach Alec Gramis. Still 0-2. Only one team is. Only one team has gone longer than the White Sox without being no-hit. You know who that club is, Gus?
Nope.
New York Yankees. The last time they were shut out was when I was in college by Hoyt Wilhelm in '58. Last time they were no-hit. There's a line drive foul. Yanked into the low seats down the third base side off the bat of Parrish as Guzman took a little bit off of that breaking ball, and Lance was out in front.
There was a guy, Wilhelm, that I expected to pitch a no-hitter every time he walked out.
Well, he didn't start too many. That was one of the few starts he ever had in his major league career. He came out of the bullpen to face the Yankees late. In fact, it was September 20th, 1958, and shut him out in Baltimore. Shut him out, he no-hit him. There's a high pop-up off the bat of Parrish, foul territory. Fisk coming back near the railing. One hands it right up against the wall, and that is the first ball we've seen caught this year that definitely would have been out of reach a year ago. That was a tough catch, and he backhanded the ball, leading over that low box seat railing over the first row.
Well, that's a moral victory to get Lance Parrish out. First time he's been gotten out tonight.
Give Fisk a star for that one. One gone, runner still at second. Here's Johnny Grubb, who reached on a, they're going to pull Grubb. It's going to be Johnny Walkenfuss, a right-handed hitter, batting for Johnny Grubb, who was 0 for 3 tonight, although he did score a run. But he reached on a tough throwing error against Jerry Dubzinski the last time up. Walkenfuss hit 300 for the Tigers a year ago. He's hitting .214 this time with 3 hits and 14 at-bats, 2 RBIs. Walkenfuss has got that unorthodox stance. Left foot right in front of the right foot. Strides into the pitch, takes a change-up curve in there at the knees for a call strike. Guzman to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on. High, deep drive left field. At the wall is Kittle, and he hauls it into the warning track. The ball died. It was a little bit too high to go. Yesterday, that ball might have hit the roof.
Yeah, that ball would have traveled a lot farther yesterday than it did tonight. When he first hit it, I thought it was going to go out. He got good wood on it, just lifted it too high.
2 gone. Kittle caught that ball right at the base of the left field wall. That'll bring up Glenn Wilson, who has tripled in a run in 3 trips tonight. Also scored. He tripled and knocked in the first run of the ball game, which right now stands as the game winner in the second inning, and then scored on Levin's single. Last time up, hit a one-hopper back to the mound, and they ran down Parrish at third. 1 for 3. Swung on, line drive, right field. Baines coming on, plays it on a hop. Here comes a throw to the plate. Here comes the runner. He is safe and going to second on the throw to the plate is Glenn Wilson, and it's 5-0 Detroit. That run charged to Jerry Koosman as Wilson drives in his second run of the ball game and his 9th of the year with a single to right. Yeah, the Tigers are taking any little bit of mystery that might have remained in this ball game out. It's going to be Wilcox now, the big story for the last 2 innings. Here comes La Russa out. That may be it for Koosman, who has just surrendered his first run tonight. And the Boo Birds are on Tony's back again. That's it for Jerry Koosman. He leaves, having given up a run earned on 2 hits. Tigers now with 5 runs, 12 hits in the ball game, and Steve Bura, right-hander, who won 12 ball games for the world champion Cardinals last year and was acquired by the White Sox as payment for the loss of Steve Kemp in the free agent re-entry draft, is coming on to get his first assignment as a member of the White Sox since the regular season began. We'll be back in just a moment.
Central Tire keeps you on the road. Central Tire has brand names you know.
While the team is changing pitchers, think about changing to new General Tires for your car. Central Tire in Chicago and Cicero, your local General Tire store, has quality General Tires, including the top-of-the-line Dual Seal 3 with Gen Seal sealant to the popular priced Amerispread. Central Tire also carries tires for light trucks, vans, recreational vehicles, and more. Check on your tires. They may need some relief, too. Stop in at Central Tire today and see the complete lines of Generals. Quality, choice, price. General Tire has a tire for you.
Central Tire has a price for you. Central Tire's there with follow through. We'll fit your car with the best deal in town. At Central Tire, we're always around. At Central Tire, we're always around. Central Tire.
Central Tire with 4 General Tire locations, including 18th in Indiana and 12040 South Doty in Chicago.
You can talk to White Sox owner Eddie Einhorn Sunday morning at 10, exclusively on WMAQ.
Steve Bura is making his first appearance for the White Sox in the 83 season, or ever. He's 6'2", a right-hander, weighs 190 pounds. Pitched for St. Louis last year, as Joe told you, 12 and 11. Has an earned run average of 4.05. He got in 35 ball games last year. Had 7 complete games. Pitched 184 innings. Gave up 196 hits. Walked 80 batters. Struck out 84. I'm sure he'd much rather come in a ball game that's not as tight. The guy, as Wilcox says, with the hits tonight, he hasn't given up any hits. As we've said 100 times, I guess, he's pitching a perfect ball game. So he's just going to come in and try to hold them here and hope that the White Sox can get something started. They trail by 5 now. It's 5-0 favor of the Tigers. And the Tigers come on with a barrage of hits. They are a good hitting ball club. They've scored a lot of runs just about all year, except a time or so. Good hitting ball club.
Bura, 28 years of age, a native of New Orleans. That makes his home in Metairie. Just married over the winter. He's 29 and 38 in his big league career. Came up with the Padres late in '78. For the Cardinals last year, his best year. Well, he's going to face Chet Levin, who has singled twice, knocked in 2 runs tonight. Chet is 2 for 3 against his old teammates. He's batting here with a runner at second and 2 out. Bura delivers up and in to Lemon. Ball 1. Steve did not have a good spring, and the Sox really were in a quandary as to what to do with him when Britt Burns went down with that mysterious virus in his left shoulder the final week of spring training, and so they kept Bura on the roster. Otherwise, they were going to have to release him as a free agent, take their chances on somebody else claiming him. There's a fastball strike. He got into Whitey's doghouse late last year, did not pitch in the playoffs nor the World Series, and everyone was wondering what happened to Bura, the 5th starter, who was so very effective in the middle portions of the season for the Cardinals. There's a slider and a beauty. There's a sharp breaking curve that had Lemon rocking back a bit on his heels, and the count is 1-2. Muir was hit hard during the spring. In fact, he even gave up a 2-run homer in a game against the Bulls in South Florida. That was his final spring outing. Down the stretch, here's the 1-2 pitch. Bounced in, gets away from Fisk, and the runner goes to third. That'll be a wild pitch as Muir snapped that one off into the dirt. So Wilson advances to third with 2 out. The run charged to Koosman, and of course, if Lemon would drive in his third run of the ballgame, that too would be charged to Jerry, who worked an inning in the third. Gave up 2 hits. So far, 1 run. He struck out 1. We're in the 8th, 5-0. It's been all Detroit. And Milt Wilcox here tonight with a lot of help from his friends. Basically, Lance Parrish and Chet Lemon, the guy at the plate. Bureau looking in to get the sign. 2-2 the count. The right-hander working out of the stretch. Swung on. 1-hop liner knocked down by Bernazard. Picks it up. Quick throw to first. Head first dive. Safe. At first a run scores. Chet's third hit and third RBI in the game. The ball hit it out of Bernazard's glove as he tried to backhand it. By the time he picked it up, he couldn't get much on the throw.
Bernazard was going away from first base when he knocked that one down. It was a hard hit smash down just to his right. So he had to go over to the right, going away from first base. Couldn't get much on the throw. Of course, Lemon is not the slowest man in the league. He dove head first into first base.
It's one of the few times he's been safe on that maneuver. So that run charged to Koosman. Runner at first with 2 outs. 6-0 Tigers. They've had 3 2-run innings tonight. The 2nd, the 6th, and here in the 8th. The pitch is a bit low. Ball 1 to Rick Leach, who has singled in 3 trips. He's also bounced to second and struck out.
They say you have a much better chance by continuing to run. You lose at least a full step by sliding in head first to.
They tried to tell Chet that about over a 5-year period. Pitch is high, ball 2. Well, 13 hits now for the Tigers.
He was right one time, so that doesn't make it unanimous, I guess.
Well, I'm not sure he was right. He beat the play, but maybe he'd have been already by the bag.
I think he would have, Joe.
Muir working out of the stretch. The 2-0 delivery to Leach. Swung on, high, pop up, left side. Vance Law at third base. Crosses back into fair territory, and he takes it for the 3rd out. But the Tigers pad their lead once again. Another 2 goes on the board for Detroit. 2 runs on 3 hits. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Wilcox with a perfect game. The Tigers lead it 6-0.
Some things speak for themselves.
St. Louis. If you'd like to provide added privacy and protection around your yard or garden without overstepping your budget, stop by a True Value hardware store. Hi, Pat Summerall to say their quality Gilbert & Bennett welded fencing is ideal for dividing property lines, and it's just $16.99 for a 36-inch by 50-foot roll. And keep small animals out of your garden with Gilbert & Bennett Rabbit Guard fencing. A 28-inch by 50-foot roll is now just $13.99 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers. Pick up your free Energy Waste Watchers catalog filled with energy-saving tips and valuable True Value coupons. It's available at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers or any Commonwealth Edison office.
Joe McConnell along with early win here at chilly Comiskey Park, but it certainly hasn't been too cold for right-hander Milt Wilcox, who has retired 21 consecutive batters and has a 6-0 lead to work with as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Lazinski, Kittle, and Walker in that order. Lazinski is fouled out to the catcher Parrish and struck out on a changeup curve. Wilcox has struck out 6 5 of them coming in the 5th and 6th innings. Milton Edward Wilcox into the windup. Here's the pitch. A strike at the knees. Here's a note, Gus. A year ago on his birthday, the 20th of April, he had a one-hit shutout against the Royals. Well, tonight he's no-hitting the White Sox through 7. A couple of days in advance of his birthday. 5 to be exact. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Lazinski out in front and off stride. 2 strikes the count.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You're going to see everything he's got from for the rest of this ball game unless something happens. Until something happens, he's really going to work on the batter.
0-2 pitch to Lazinski. It's a breaking ball a bit wide at the letters. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You can tell by looking at him he's really pumped up, too.
Wilcox rocking back and forth. Now steps into the windup. 1-2 pitch to Lazinski. Curve just a bit low. That snake just dipped below the knee. Ball 2 and strike 2. Fans are booing now. I think the fans that are here, and we got a good crowd on hand. Well, as long as the White Sox are going to lose, they might as well see a bit of history. This will be the headline game tomorrow. Make no mistake about it, one way or the other. Now Wilcox in the 2-2 pitch on the way to Lazinski. Check swing, strike 3, call. He's out of there. That's 7 strikeouts for Wilcox and 22 men in a row gone.
Yeah, he's making good pitches. He come in there with that breaking pitch that time to the ball.
Here's Kittle. He has struck out twice tonight. His string of 3 games with home runs and RBIs in jeopardy, needless to say. White Sox have not had a base runner. Wilcox has not pitched out of the stretch tonight. And we got 1 gone in the 8th. Kittle waits at the plate. Here's the pitch for the right-hander. Swung on, high fly ball. Medium deep right center. Giving ground is Chet Lemon, waving everybody away. He's got it. 5 steps in front of the warning track, out in deep right center. And there's 2 gone. 23 in a row now. That is only the 2nd ball hit to the outfield tonight. Now here's Greg Walker. He has bounced to 3rd and popped up to the first baseman Leach on a broken bat blooper the last time up. I got a feeling this might be the guy. I said earlier I thought Vance Law was going to break it up, but he fooled him badly with a changeup breaking ball and struck him out. Here's Walker, 1 hit all year. In 11 at-bats, 0 for 2 tonight. Wilcox delivers. Fastball high and away. Ball 1 to Greg Walker.
Well, Walker is overdue, and
he's capable, needless to say.
Wilcox is a little bit overdue to get a hit against him. However, he's really pumping. You can tell he knows he's got it.
The pitch to Walker. A slider in there. A hard slider under the belt. Inside corner for a call strike. 1-1.
And you're getting to the point now to where you're sure that umpire is not going to take anything away from him. The umpire is going to try to call... make good calls all the way. He's not going to give him a lot, I don't think.
Here's a pitch. Walker takes just off the corner at the knee, just a bit low. Ball 2 and strike 1.
Because it's too far away right now. You still got 4 out. Anything can happen in 1 inning.
2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Wilcox flirting with the history of the baseball book. Now the right-hander into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Walker swings and misses on a runner-high fastball. 2-2. Milt Wilcox, a member of the Cubs back in '75. They thought he was washed up then. But he's put 5 fine years together. A very consistent 4th, 5th starter for the Tigers. 2-2 the count. Walker waiting at the plate. Wilcox into the windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, strike 3, call! He's got it going through 8. 8 strikeouts for Wilcox on a call 3rd strike. Fastball knee high, inside corner. And 24 men in a row have gone down here at Comiskey Park tonight. At the end of 8, Detroit 6, the White Sox, nothing.
After the game, it's Jimmy Pearsall on WMAQ.
When you make a mortgage payment, you add to the equity in your home. Over the years, inflation adds to its value too. Now you can cash in on that investment without selling your home. Come into General Finance and learn how a home equity loan can provide $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 or even more for a daughter's wedding, a vacation, or for remodeling, whatever you want. A General Finance home equity loan. It's on the house. The way prices are going up, it's often smarter to make a major purchase this year than to buy at next year's higher prices. That's why a General Finance consumer loan might make a lot of sense for you. We'll help you apply for a consumer loan. We'll help you get the cash you need to beat rising prices by buying now instead of waiting. A General Finance consumer loan. A very smart way to shop.
Call General Finance for a large home equity loan up to $50,000 or a smaller consumer loan. See the white pages for the office nearest you.
It's baseball time, and time for you to reserve your home box seat now on a new American quality Zenith TV. American ingenuity goes into every Zenith color receiver, from 13 to 17 and 19-inch portables to beautiful 23 and 25-inch consoles. For great savings on color TVs, visit your nearest Zenith dealer today and reserve your own private box seat. Zenith, the first choice in millions of American homes. Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
An all instant request music hour follows tonight's game and Jimmy Pearsall right here on 67 WMAQ.
19483.
Joe McConnell and Gus Wynn as we go to the ninth here in Chicago. The Tigers lead at 6-0, but the story is Milt Wilcox, 3 outs away from a perfect game. Here's Trammell leading off against Steve Mura, and he takes a letter-high fastball for a called strike. Trammell has singled in 3 trips. He'll be followed by the top of the Tiger order, Whitaker and Brookins. Bill Wilcox has thrown just 96 pitches through 8 innings and struck out 8. There's a looper hit down the right field line, drifting foul. Walker a long run, can't reach it up against the tarp roll. It bounces into the lower seats. So it's 0-2 now to Trammell leading off the ninth. They're going to have a pool feed, of course, with Wilcox if he gets the no-hitter tonight. We will probably, in all probability, try to get Lance Parrish because we're set up in the clubhouse now. There's a pitch down low, ball, 1-2 the count. If somebody breaks up the no-hit bid for the White Sox in the ninth inning, then we'll probably try to talk to him as well. So stay tuned to our postgame show tonight. There is a breaking ball, and it's just a bit high. Brinkman was all set to ring up Trammell, and then for some reason didn't throw the right arm. 2-2 the count. You're into the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, smashed up the middle, base hit into center field. Hit number 14 for the Tigers, and Trammell has 2 hits tonight. Let's pause right now to allow our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to baseball on the Chicago White Sox Radio Network.
You can wake up tomorrow morning with Jim Tyler right here to keep you company on 67 WMAQ Chicago. Right now it's 10 o'clock.
It's hit number 2 off Mura in his first ever appearance for the White Sox. Here's Lou Whitaker, 1 for 4, the little Tiger leadoff batter. Single in the 5th inning and was out attempting to steal. Mura to the belt. Here's the pitch to Whitaker. Outside the ball. Ball 1. Now, Gus, we haven't had any hits on our side of the ledger, but the Tigers haven't come up short tonight. They've pounded out 14 of them.
That's a lot of hits in one ball game. Of course, we've seen quite a few here lately.
Stretched by Mura. Here's the pitch. Whitaker, sharp ground ball in the hole. Backhanded by Dubzinski on to second for 1. That's all they get. The relay is much too late. They get the force. Trying to figure out with the bottom 3 hitters in the lineup coming up in the bottom of this inning. Wilcox will face Carlton Fisk leading off.
Well, I'm sure you're going to see at least 2 pitches.
Yeah, 1 at least 2. I think Squires might be Tony's choice. Good contact man to bat for Vance Law, and then Hairston would probably pinch hit for Dubzinski.
Well, you have to go right down the line because many times there's been more than 6 runs scored in one inning.
Oh, yeah. Pitch is high, a fastball to Tommy Brookins, who struck out against Kuzman in the 7th inning. Brookins batted for Howard Johnson, who was 1 for 3 as the starter at third base.
Trying to figure out why Steve Mura comes straight overhanded nearly all the time. Maybe it's to get the sinker a lot.
There's a ground ball past the mound out to short. Dubzinski shovels to Bernazard for 1. Over to first. See, not in time. Close play at first. So they get another force there at 6-4. And with 2 gone, that'll bring up Herndon with a runner aboard. 2 gone here in the top of the 9th. Herndon has doubled in 4 trips, scored 1 of the 2 runs in the 8th inning. Against the starter Hoyt tonight, he struck out 3 straight times.
Sox have had 2 chances at double plays tonight, but both times the balls were hit soft. Not hit hard enough, really.
Yankees and the Blue Jays are tied at 5 in the 9th in New York. That was a slight rain delay there in the early middle innings. Here's Herndon with 2 out. Brookins at first in the Tiger ninth. The pitch to Herndon into the dirt, blocked by Pudge. Ball 1. You know, Hoyt threw 96 pitches in 6 1/3 innings. Wilcox has thrown 96 pitches in 8 perfect innings against the White Sox. That's how good he has been. He has not walked a batter. Nobody has reached. Buehler to the belt. Here's the pitch now. And a strike at the knees. Larry Herndon. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. 2 minutes after 10 here in the Windy City. A cold Chicagoland tonight. The pitch to Herndon. It's a bit low. Ball 2 and strike 1.
Well, anytime you have a game like this, there's going to be a low number of pitches made. But I've seen hits in ball games with, well, Tommy John once made 76 pitches in Baltimore, pitched 9 innings, and he gave up some hits.
Pitch to Herndon is peeled foul upstairs on the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're underway in the 2nd inning out at the Kingdome in Seattle. The A's and the Mariners no score. Milwaukee's opener was spoiled by Larry Gura and the Royals today, 4-3 before more than 54,000 at County Stadium. Cleveland and Baltimore postponed. They'll make it up with a doubleheader tomorrow. Jim Palmer will get his first start of the year tomorrow. Angels lead by 6 at the Met. Here's the pitch. Bounces in, gets away from Fisk. That'll be another wild pitch by Buehler, his second. And Brookins goes to second base. Well, Mura has uncorked 2 wild pitches here in an inning and a third in his first appearance of the year. Now with 2 out, Brookins in scoring position at second, and a count of 3-2 to Larry Herndon. We haven't had a walk tonight by either side. A lot of strikeouts, 8 for Wilcox, 6 for Hoyt, 1 for Koosman, a total of 15. Herndon has fanned 3 times. He's waiting. Mura looks in, gets the sign, hung out by Carlton Fisk. Right-hander checks the runner at second. Here's the payoff pitch to Herndon. He pops it foul again, coming back. And it's off the window of the press box to our right, where the writers are housed here in the upper deck. Still 3-2. Red Sox beat the Rangers at Fenway today, 4-1. That should catch you up on all the rest of the American League activity today. Now the stretch by right-hander Steve Mura. The pitch is swung on and popped up into right field. Going out as Bernazard, coming on Harold Baines. Harold's ball, he's got it, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. No run, 1 hit, 1 Tiger left. Bottom of the 9th, 3 to go. A perfect game so far for Wilcox as Detroit leads it going into the home half of the 9th, 6-0.
WMAQ, Michelob Light, for the winner. Michelob Light, for the winners. Michelob Light, for the winners. You pour it on, now you're golden sight. You're going for that rich, smooth taste, the taste of Michelob Light.
Yeah, go ahead, pour yourself a cool Michelob Light. Just compare that rich, smooth taste to any beer you like. With one taste, you'll know why. It's Michelob Light.
Michelob Light, for the winner. Michelob Light.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
You've made a big investment in your business. Want to see it pay off? Make a small investment in the green pages of the Bell System Yellow Pages. The green pages section of the neighborhood and suburban directories is the place people turn to for all kinds of vital information. Each page has just 1 ad, so your message is sure to get noticed. Are you a florist? Put your ad on the information page on holidays, birthstones, and anniversaries, and it'll be on the job 24 hours a day, every day of the year. The green pages section of the Bell System Yellow Pages, the small investment that keeps your big investment paying off.
McConnell an early win. All set to bring you the final inning, the final half inning here at Comiskey Park. Possible history in the making. Right-hander Milt Wilcox, 5 days shy of his 33rd birthday, has retired 24 consecutive White Sox batters tonight, 3 to go for a perfect game. He's got a 6-0 lead. Carlton Fisk, one of 2 batters to hit the ball out of the infield tonight. A fly ball to left and a strikeout in his 2 previous trips to the plate tonight. Wilcox has struck out 8. He has walked nobody. In fact, he's only gone to ball 3, a total of twice tonight, both on a full count. Fisk waiting before he steps in. A battle of nerves now. Wilcox looking in to get the sign. The right-hander into the windup. Here's the first pitch in the bottom of the 9th. Swung on. Fly ball left field. Coming over and in is Herndon. He's waiting. He's got it. 2 more to go. That's 25 in a row retired by Milton Edward Wilcox.
I was watching him on the monitor sitting on the bench, and he was sitting there wiping that face with a towel, keep drying off, sitting by the pitching coach.
As expected, Mike Squires batting for Vance Law, who bounced out and struck out on 2 trips tonight. Squires does not have a hit all year. Wouldn't it be ironic if he's the guy that breaks it up with 1 out in the 9th?
And you can tell that Wilcox was just chomping at the bit to get back on the mound.
Squires 0 for 6 this year. 0 for 2 in pinch hitting roles. He started 1 ball game in Detroit. He's a tough contact hitter, a left-handed batter. They play him just a little bit left of center. The infield around to the right, maybe 3 steps. Wilcox into the windup. Here's the pitch to Squires. A sinker is a bit low and inside ball 1. And the fans here, 19,483 of them, here to watch the ball game of the first fireworks display of the year, are all pulling for Wilcox now. They want to be a part of history. Ball 1 to count to Mike Squires. Wilcox into the windup. Here's the pitch. Spanky, check swing, looper, foul under the upper deck on the third base side. A ball and a strike. Wilcox has never been sharper, at least in this reporter's opinion. He's mixed up his off-speed breaking ball, high fastball, slider, curve. He has had superb control and command over all of his pitches tonight. He tugs on the bill of his cap, steps up on the pitching rubber. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mike Squires. 25 men up, 25 men down. Wilcox takes a deep, cool breath of fresh air here in the Chicago night. The right-hander into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back right in front of us into the upper deck. 1 and 2 now to Squires. Jerry Hairston already on deck. Another irony about Squires, if he should be the guy to break it up, if anybody does, Squires is a native of Michigan. Born, raised, went to Western Michigan at his hometown of Kalamazoo.
Well, Mike is just trying to make contact. He's not swinging hard. He's going into the ball.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside the ball. It wasn't even close. 2 and 2 the count. Now the fans, this is one of the rare times when the fans are really into the ball game on the side of a visitor. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Squires. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 9th. Wilcox with a perfect game going. Leading the score really incidental at this point because it's one-sided. Detroit has a 6-0 edge. Wilcox gets the side from his catcher, Lance Perry. So right-hander into the windup. Here's the pitch. Outside and high. Ball 3 and the count is full.
Yeah, you're wondering if they booed the umpire for calling out a ball. The ball was up above the shoulders on Squires. No question about whether it was a ball or not.
Well, he can't go any farther with Squires. It's 3 and 2. Wilcox kicking and scraping around the rubber. He's got to be as tight as a mainspring out there. He's got the sign. The right-hander into the lineup. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on. Ground ball. Hit to the first baseman Leach. He runs up the line, and there's 2 out of the 9th. 1 more to go. 26 up and 26 down. There have only been a handful of perfect games pitched in Major League history. The last guy to do it, ironically enough, was the last guy to pitch a no-hitter in the big leagues, Lynn Barker. And Gus was there then, he's there now. And here's Jerry Hairston, switch-hitting outfielder, the pinch hitter for Jerry Dubzinski with 2 gone in the 9th.
Yeah, I've seen 1 already, and this one here, and both of them have been against me.
Bunning pitched one. Charlie Robertson of the White Sox in 1928 pitched one at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, and that was the only perfect game in many years until the World Series and Don Larson. There's a smash up the middle. Base hit! Jerry Hairston breaks up Milt Wilcox's bid for immortality with 2 out in the night. He had retired 26 in a row, and Hairston hit the first pitch up the middle, his first hit of the year.
I kind of thought he might be the man to do it. He's a good pitch hitter. Comes off that bench swinging.
Well, Wilcox was one man shy. It was a clean single, fortunately, and Wilcox, a picture of dejection as that ball shot out over the second base bag into center field. So with 2 out of the night, Hairston breaks up Wilcox's bid for a perfect game, and that'll bring up Rudy Law.
And you could see Wilcox, he just kind of bent down forward and threw his arm down towards his feet.
Out of the stretch for the first time is Wilcox to Rudy Law. Bouncer to first. Leach has got it. He runs to the bag. A one-hit shutout for Milt Wilcox. The Tiger dugout empties. Handshakes all around for the veteran right-hander who pitched a one-hitter almost a year ago, 5 days shy of a year ago, on his 32nd birthday against Kansas City. Tonight, 5 days early, he pitches a brilliant one-hit shutout to beat the White Sox, losing a perfect game bid with 2 out of the night on a base hit by Jerry Hairston. Final score as the Tigers take the opener of this 3-game series. Detroit 6, the White Sox nothing. Stay tuned for the post-game show of tonight's game on the Chicago White Sox Radio Network.
Talk baseball with Pearsall after the game on WMAQ.
My neighbor Sam is impressed by titles. When he found out Miss New Jersey drives a Honda Accord 4-door sedan, same as mine, he couldn't wait to tell me. But I wasn't surprised. After all, I said, Miss New Jersey and the Honda Accord have a lot in common. They're both beautiful and highly regarded by the competition. Yes, but Miss New Jersey, cried Sam, a reigning beauty queen with the same car as you. So what? I said, a lot of beautiful people drive Honda Accords. It's the best-selling front-wheel drive 4-door sedan in Alabama, Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Oregon, Virginia, and Washington. No New Jersey, I said. Nope. New Jersey was a miss.
Hey, guess who has the highest octanes for your car? Texaco, that's who. Hi, Bob Star Power Hope here. Now Texaco Star Power knocks out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92 octane. New Super Regular with ethanol at 91 octane. Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane. Get Texaco Star Power, the highest octanes you can get to help knock out the knocks in your car. Texaco Star Power for car power.
The White Sox, 67 WMAQ.
This game has been brought to you by the following participating sponsors. Budweiser Light. The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it. The Bell System Yellow Pages, the small investment that keeps your big investments paying off. The 4 Central Tire locations, Chicago. Bottlers of Coke, Tap, Sprite, Mellow Yellow, and New Diet Coke. Dubuque White Sox Plumpers, the official hot dog of the Chicago White Sox. General Finance. For a consumer or home equity loan, there's a General Finance office near you. Honda and your Chicagoland and Northern Indiana Honda dealers. The Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. Play the lottery. Texaco, who also bring you quality automotive products you can trust. True Value Hardware Stores. More than just a name, it's their way of doing business. And your Zenith dealers. Zenith quality is American quality.
For the best in baseball coverage, have SportsVision installed in your home today. SportsVision brings you exclusive coverage of 112 White Sox games, plus additional games involving top teams in the American League. Get the best seat in the house for the MISL playoffs, the Hawks' quest for the Stanley Cup, and a whole lot more. To order SportsVision, dial 693-9200 or call your local cable company. Tomorrow at 1 on SportsVision, the White Sox battle Detroit. Then at 9:30, it's the Oakland A's against the Seattle Mariners.
Jerry Taft of the American Meteorological Society.
Well, Chicago's probably one of the toughest cities in the country to forecast for. That's why to do the best job possible, you have to have the latest technical equipment. Now, we have a satellite receiver. It gives us a detailed look from space every 30 minutes. We've got digital color radar and probably the best computer system in the country. I don't always get it right, but I want you to know that I've got all the tools to give it my best shot right here on WMAQ.
Joe McConnell back here at Chicago's Comiskey Park, where Milt Wilcox, a 32-year-old right-hander due to have a birthday in 5 days, had a brush with destiny tonight. And with us in the victorious Tiger clubhouse is his catcher, Lance Parrish, who provided all the offense the right-hander needed with 3 hits, an RBI, and a run scored tonight. Lance, boy, the adrenaline had to really be pumping in that 9th inning.
No, it was. It was really exciting, let me tell you.
Have you ever caught a no-hitter in the big leagues before? Or
No, I haven't.
Time in your career?
I haven't. And I was hoping that I'd get the opportunity tonight, but I guess that's just the way fate has it.
Well, I'll tell you, he couldn't have pitched a better ball game. He threw only 105 pitches. He struck out 8, didn't walk anybody, only went to ball 3 on 3 batters. What did you talk about in the dugout before you came out to pitch that fateful 9th inning?
I didn't say anything to him. I was afraid to. I just wanted to let him go through his usual routine and get a chance to keep himself relaxed and whatever he needed to do, and I just tried to keep it away from him as much as I could. I didn't want him to think about it, and he went out and did a heck of a job, but that's too bad he didn't get it.
It looked like he had command of just about everything he threw tonight. His off-speed stuff looked great. He was up a few times. He might have gotten away with a couple of pitches early, but really there wasn't any kind of a thing close to a hit until Baines got a hold of one with 2 out in the 7th.
Well, this is by far the best game I've seen Milt throw. He's come close on occasion to throwing ball games close to this, but nothing like it. I was excited just as well as everybody else was, and I was really hoping that he'd get it, and gosh dang it, he didn't do it, and I feel really bad for him. But he did pitch a super ball game, and he got the W, and that's what counts.
Did you catch that one hitter he threw last April 20th against the Royals?
You know, I don't know if I did or not, to be honest with you.
Can't remember, huh? Well, obviously, even though he had pitched a previous one hitter a year ago, he didn't come as close to immortality as he did tonight.
Well, this would have been just as much of an excitement for me as it would have been for him, and you know, I was hoping and praying there to let one more out to go, and it didn't happen. But you know, he pitched a super ball game. He has nothing to be ashamed of, and I'm very proud of him, just like everybody else is.
Well, it's got to be a big win for your ball club as well, because the White Sox have been very tough for your team to handle, not only earlier this year, but last year as well.
Well, they certainly have, and I hope that this is going to change the tide a little bit. They've been awful rough on us, and I hope this turns things around for us.
Lance, thanks for coming on with us after the ball game. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
You know, the catcher sometimes deserves almost as much credit as the pitcher for calling a great ball game. We'll be back to talk to the villain as far as the Tigers are concerned. Pitch hitter Jerry Hairston, who broke up the perfect game bid with 2 out in the 9th with a pinch single. He's waiting in the White Sox clubhouse. We'll be back to talk with Jerry in just a moment.
Take the guesswork out of do-it-yourself home repairs and remodeling projects with dependable master mechanic tools from True Value Hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to say their 35-piece standard and metric socket set is useful for a variety of jobs, and it's now just $21.49. And their sturdy 19-inch toolbox with tray is great for storing and organizing tools. You'll find it for just $9.99 among the other quality master mechanic tools and accessories exclusively at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Let Zenith be your boxy ticket for baseball's play-by-play action on a brand new Zenith 19-inch portable TV model S1904 for only $348. Distributor suggested retail. Zenith is also offering its magnificent System 3 Decorator Series consoles with computer space command remote control and space phone at unheard of special spring baseball savings. Visit your Zenith dealer now for these baseball specials. Zenith, dedicated to its name, where the quality goes in before the name goes on.
Well, standing by with us in I would imagine a very subdued clubhouse is White Sox pinch hitter par excellence Jerry Hairston, who picked tonight of all nights to get his first hit of the year. It came with 2 outs, nobody on, and a perfect game bid by right-hander Milt Wilcox. And Jerry, you came up swinging, you jumped on the first pitch.
Yeah, I was inside the clubhouse, keeping myself warm before I went out to pinch hit. I knew I was going to hit that inning. And I was taking a few practice swings, and Jerry Kuzma, he told me, Jerry, just take it right up the middle. And I said, okay, Coos, I'm going to jump on that first pitch. And fortunately, it was a fastball right there, and I just swung and base hit up the middle.
I haven't checked the record book, but have you had that much success against Wilcox in the past?
Well, the only time I ever faced him was in the minor leagues, and it was only a couple of games that I faced him, and I guess I got a few hits there, here and there against him.
Have you ever been in a situation where you came up in the 9th inning at home where the fans all wanted you to make out?
No, never. But you know, the situation like that, you're not going to understand the fans. They wanted to see this no-hitter, perfect game, whatever, and you know, they were really cheering for the other team. And once I came out to warm up the pitcher, and I told the umpire, I said, hey, they cheering for the wrong guy. You know, so I know that they wanted to see something like this, and it's really a thrill to be, you know, associated with an occasion like this. And I was really giving it my best shot, and fortunately, I was able to get a hit. There's a lot of pride at stake for our team. You know, we're one of the best hitting ball clubs in the major leagues, and you know, everybody was pulling for me, and you know, I was just trying to do my best.
Well, your name is going to be linked with Wilcox's tomorrow. I can assure you of that. And of course, you traded all in for a victory tonight.
Right.
Well, Good luck, Jerry, and maybe that bat now is going to be hot for you the next couple of weeks.
Hopefully so. I feel real good now.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Joe.
Jerry Hairston, who broke up Milt Wilcox's bid for a perfect game with 2 out of the 9th with a clean pitch single up the middle. The only base runner the White Sox had against the red-hot right-hander of the Tigers, pitching in 35-degree weather here tonight. There certainly wasn't any holding Wilcox back, who threw only 105 pitches to get his one-hit shutout victory.
We've also added the 9th inning call from the Tigers radio broadcast, featuring announcers Ernie Harwell and Paul Carey.
Tigers baseball, WJR.
Here's Carlton Fisk, the first man to face Milt in the 9th inning. Fisk so far has batted twice. He's flied to left, a soft fly, and the last time up, Wilcox struck him out. 3 to go, and it'll be a perfect game for Wilcox. He has seemed very composed to be on the brink of this historic moment. Now he heaves a sigh, looks in to get his sign. Here's the pitch on the way. Fisk swings. There's a fly ball to left. Here comes Herndon digging. He's there. He's got it. And it's 2 to go. A soft fly down the line in left field, picked off by Larry Herndon. Fisk is out. And Mike Squires, the left-hand batting first baseman, comes up now as a pinch hitter. He'll be batting for Vance Law. Squires is the batter. He's hitting for Law, Vance Law. Squires with no hits and 6 trips so far in the season. Wilcox is 2 outs away from perfection in this game. He's got a 6-0 lead. Squires waiting at the plate. Milt goes into the motion, delivers. Here's a fastball low, ball 1. One out, nobody on. 9th inning. Here it comes, and Squires swings and fouls it away. That one in the seat to the left of the plate. 1-1, the count on Mike. Jerry Hairston waiting on deck. Dibzinski is the next scheduled batter here in the 9th inning. Tigers lead at 6-0, 1 out. Chicago batting. Wilcox has a perfect game. And the right-hander delivers. Here's a swing and a foul back to the screen. 1-2, the count on Squires. Wilcox has been behind only on a couple of batters. He got behind at 3-0 on Carlton Fisk leading off in the 6th inning and got him on strikes. That was his biggest obstacle that he got by in this performance so far. Now it's a 1-2 pitch to Squires. He takes the wide one, 2-2, the count on him. One out in the ninth inning. A no-hitter and a perfect game on the line for Wilcox. 2 more batters to go. Squires with a 2-2 count on him, leaning in. Wilcox has the sign. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Squires takes it. He's outside. Full count on him. That was a breaking ball. Wilcox takes his cap off. Backs off the mound. Looks at the baseball. Gets back up. Knocks his spikes on the pitching slant. Scrapes around a little bit. Squires back in the batter's box. The Tiger dugout, very, very anxious. The windup, the 3-2 pitch. Swing, bounding ball to first. Leach has it, unassisted, out at first. And 1 to go, and Wilcox will have a perfect game. Jerry Hairston will be inserted now as a pinch batter in the ninth inning. He's a switch batter. He'll be batting left-handed against Milt Wilcox. And what a performance Wilcox has put on. 2 down in the ninth inning. The Tigers lead Chicago 6-0. 26 batters in a row have gone down before the slants of Wilcox. Harrison has no hits in 6 trips in the season. Looking for his first one. The crowd on its feet. The pitch. He swings. Base hit. Center field. Harrison spoils the bid. A grimace by Wilcox on the mound. Harrison banged the ball through the middle for a single. Shades of Dave Harris and Tommy Bridges. Remember, Tommy Bridges of the Detroit Tigers. Dave Harris of the Washington Senators. Tommy had a no-hitter in the ninth inning. Sheriff Harris came to bat and spoiled it with 2 down in the ninth. And Jerry Hairston does it here in Chicago. Taking the no-hit, perfect game bid out of the grasp of Wilcox at the very last dramatic moment. Hairston on first now. 6-0 Tigers. And Rudy Law, the leadoff man, up. And he swings a bounding ball to first. Leach has it. Makes the play unassisted. A brilliant performance by Wilcox, who missed the perfect game only because of a pinch single with 2 out in the ninth inning by Jerry Hairston. In the ninth, it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And the final score, the Tigers 6 and the White Sox 0.